Welcome, everyone, and my phone fell off, to the GRP. I believe this is the 18th episode, and it is Thursday, 8:30. I want to sleep. But anyway, we're here. I'm your host, Rainier, the ray of sunshine, whatever, king of deers, and with me tonight, my lovely friend, Sam, a.k.a. Sammy. Right? Sammy.
Yes.
You sure you don't want to...
I don't know. I don't have a good nickname other than my sister calls me Pumantha. That's all I can think of.
I honestly, my last guess. He just said I texted him, "Hey, what do you want for your nickname?" He just said salsa. I was like, "All right." I don't know the context. I love it.
I have better. Green tea. I have green tea.
The green tea, then.
The green tea. Yes.
The GT.
Nice and zen.
There we go. And for tonight's episode, we're gonna have a lot of. It's pretty much a huge list of all sorts of things, ranging from anime to video games to movies to, I guess, soundtracks, actors and actresses.
Different topics.
Exactly. I brain farted just right there. I was reading it. I was like, what was I reading? Then I see it now. Okay, cool. Anyway. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There you go.
It's all good.
I'm trying to keep my phone steady because it's out of power. And I don't...
Oh, no.
I don't have a list. My list is on it. Anyway.
It's all good.
So, you were telling me what was it was based off of. It was what was it called?
Yeah, so my sister and I were hanging out at the dinner table, and we were talking about this podcast called the Trash Taste Podcast. It's probably the #1 anime podcast right now. It's 3 anitubers who all got together and decided to just make a podcast about living in Japan and anime, what's trending, whatnot. And they do this thing on their podcast where they have 3x3 grids of their top 9 subjects. So top 9 movies. They did top 9 animes, mangas. So my sister and I were thinking, we were feeling kind of thirsty one night. We were like, let's do our top 9 husbands and our top 9 waifus. And then it spiraled from there, and we spent a whole 2 hours creating our list.
Got my thinking hat out too, because it was her suggestion for this kind of style, and I like it. Plenty of back and forth for this one.
Lots of it. And it's fun to look back on everything that you've watched and kind of deliberate what you like, what you dislike, and who made the list, who didn't make the list, and why. And you find out a lot about yourself, and you find out a lot about others too, hearing their list. And it's actually hard. Some of this, you really, like you said, you really have to put your thinking cap on.
And there were I was making the list. I was like, man, I can't think of other shows I've seen before. Then I remembered, I've seen Attack on Titan. I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm just like,
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, that's coming back December. Yes.
No, I think they announced for January.
No.
January 22. It's just 1 month. It's okay. You can read the manga.
I spoiled myself already one too many times.
No! Oh, I'm sorry.
The worst part is it's a video on Facebook. I was just scrolling through. And I saw the full thing. I was just like...
And the thing about Facebook videos is that they play automatically.
Exactly. Oh no, for me, it just... Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was curious. So I click it, and then it just... Full page. I was like, scroll. I was like, nope, not today.
I'm so sorry.
Not today.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's almost over, so.
I like your shirt, Levi.
Thank you, Levi. Gotta represent.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So, to start things off, we're gonna go with the husbandos.
Okay.
Not sure if I said
that right. I think that's how you pronounce it. Husbandos. I think that sounds right.
All right. What's your...
Okay.
Sure, let's...
Okay.
My list is random. It's my top 9 from the top of my head, but it's not in specific order. But
okay.
Let's hear yours.
Disclaimer, there are definitely people on this list that I'm yes, 100% husband material. I will marry you in a heartbeat. But then there's 2 minors on this list And I have to say, like, right off the bat,
okay.
Not for that. FBI, do not come for me.
See,
I'm like, I interpreted this as like my favorite male anime characters.
Okay.
So
For me, I just completely dodged it. I was like, all right, I like My Hero Academia people. I like the characters,
my
but we're not.
16-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Even though you look 18 plus, you're staying out of my list. Just in case.
I just have to put that out there. Like, this is. I'm not going to marry a minor. FBI, do not come for me. But they're still on this list because I love them. And I have merch from them. So I have to put them on this list.
Actually, I'm not even sure if one of them is of age, you know. So we'll see.
Okay, we'll see. So number 1 is Broly, the new Broly from Dragon Ball Super.
Of course,
I wrote, my annotation on here is, he's a giant, soft AF man-child who is so kind, but could crush your head with his pinky if he wanted to. And that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Exactly. He is pretty. He's so soft.
He's so soft. His only friend was like this, like, weevil worm thing, and then his dad shot his ear off. Like, what an a-hole! He just wants a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Go Chilai and that old guy. I forgot his name.
Man,
I remember.
It's been so long since I watched the movie. Actually,
I've seen the movie recently, but I only really cared about the fight scene.
Of course.
I mean,
like any true Dragon Ball fan.
Dragon Ball.
It was pretty epic, though.
Exactly. Seeing a little sidetrack here. Yeah. Vegeta going Super Saiyan God.
God, I agree. Okay, so Super Saiyan God, when it was first revealed in, I think, the Beerus arc of Dragon Ball Super, on Goku, I was like, it's kind of cool. It's not my favorite Saiyan form, but oh my god, it looks amazing on Vegeta. Like, it looks so much better on Vegeta than on Goku, in my opinion. That was, like, the hypest part of the movie for me. Honestly, was seeing him do that.
The highlight for me was everything Vegeta. I hate it. Well, I like the fact that, you know, we get both Goku and Vegeta fighting Broly, but the whole Vegeta versus Broly was just like 10 out of 10. The animation's good.
Like,
the punches, you feel the punches.
You felt the weight of it, the impact of it, and I like the fact too that Vegeta actually wrecked Broly.
Oh yeah,
like
first half though.
I know we talked about this before, but like, it annoys me so much when Vegeta gets the upper hand on a character in a fight, and then all of a sudden he loses for some that's dumb reason, and Goku has to come in and save him. I'm like, no, just give Vegeta one win.
Super gave I'm
sick and tired. Yes, I'm like sick and tired.
Yeah.
I'm like sick and tired of Vegeta losing all the gosh darn time. Give the man a win.
Oh yeah, like in the Frieza arc of Super.
In the Frieza arc,
literally Goku said, "Hey, it's my turn. Screw you, Vegeta. Get out. It's my turn. I want to fight him." And I was just like,
Goku, it's always your turn.
Why? Vegeta has more history, you know.
He's overall, as a character, his development and personal character history is just so much more interesting than Goku. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Goku. He's really inspirational in the fact that, like, he's always looking for the next challenge. He never lets a challenge get in his way.
Exactly.
I totally love and respect that about him, but his story compared to Vegeta's isn't nearly as interesting. Seeing, like, this arrogant guy who does everything out of spite grow into a family man who still does everything out of spite, but for the good of his heart, too.
Dads in the entire anime world.
Yes, I agree. An underrated dad, in my opinion. An underrated dad.
I agree. Anyway, continue on to our husband.
Change it over. Yes. Okay, so that's my number 1, Broly. We love him. Stan. Moving on. Number 2 is Ushijima Wakatoshi from Haikyuu.
Never
Have you seen Haikyuu?
No.
Okay, or have you heard about it?
I've definitely heard of it.
Oh, okay, good.
It's a valuable anime. That's all I can.
Yes. It's
to briefly describe it. Yes.
Okay, so it's a volleyball anime. You follow around one school, Karasuno High School, on their way to play up to the nationals. And the main character, his name is Hinata Shoyo. He isn't super talented per se at volleyball, but he has a lot of skill sets that would make him talented at volleyball. He just needs to hone that.
Okay.
But he has such like love and passion for volleyball that it makes it. The whole anime is about connections, how he makes friends through volleyball. So Ushijima Wakatoshi is like the big bad. He is like he's I think 6'2", super muscular, like top 3 spiker ace of the nation.
Okay.
And the team eventually has to go up against him. And man, I will say, like, he has, and I know Haikyuu fans will agree with me, this man has the personality of a rock. But I don't care. He's the hottest one in the show. Of a rock. Like, he has zero personality.
Gotcha.
His personality is, I hit the ball hard. That's it. But, oh my god, is he not the hottest one in the show? And that is purely why he made this list.
Number 2. Can't beat Broly, though.
Number 2, yes. But I totally would recommend Haikyuu. It's a really good, it's my comfort anime. It's the one I always go back to whenever I'm feeling down. Just because it's a feel-good anime about a bunch of idiots who want to play volleyball together. Nobody dies in this anime, so I'm not out here crying because somebody died. It's just a feel-good anime that I can always go back into. Okay. So on to number 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Uchiha Itachi.
Of course. Speaking of which, I might change mine up since I remember one of my
lists. You said that.
Now that you said that, I remembered I wanted to change one of my choices.
Yes.
All right. I know.
I will say, like, even though he's not like number 1 or number 2 in terms of who I simp for or who I look for in a husband, but he is my favorite anime character of all time. I think his backstory was so perfectly executed, so tragic. Mm-hmm. The way they hid the cards with him and buried the lead just deeply enough to where nobody suspected that he was such a good guy until the big reveal. And once everything was revealed, you're like, okay, this totally makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So they did his character really well. He's my favorite anime character of all time. He had to
should have been the first Uchiha
Hokage. Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. But we could like in Uchiha Light, Kakashi's the Hokage. Kakashi's the sixth Hokage. Yeah, so there's one Sharingan, Uchiha Light.
The one half, the Uchiha Light. even Sasuke said, "You're not even Uchiha. Why do you have that eye?"
I know. Oh well. Okay. Surprisingly enough, Kakashi didn't make this list.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I tried to, I don't know. I guess I'm just like in a Haikyuu mood because like 4 of these people are from Haikyuu.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. But let's hear it.
Okay. From here, yeah, we're on 4. But from here on out, like any order. This could be any order, honestly, from here on out. So the next one is Nanami Kento from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah. Wait, I thought you have.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
I've only seen one thing from it, and it was when they were clapping.
Oh, okay.
That was badass. Yes. That was badass. I was just like,
man, yes. You should watch it.
Finally, maybe this weekend.
You should watch it.
That, like every weekend. We'll see.
If you like Naruto, then you will love Jujutsu Kaisen. Or if you just like shonen anime in general, then you will love Jujutsu Kaisen.
I love the animations, the design.
Yes, Mappa.
It looks so clean.
It's done so well, and like it takes all the best parts of shonen anime and cuts out like the bullshit. So you're just left with the good parts of shonen anime. That's why I love Jujutsu Kaisen. So Nanami Kento is like the guy with the especially like the very first fight that you see, the animation and the motions is so smooth. Like you feel like there's actually a camera there.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's done really well. And Nanami Kento is like, so you know who Gojo is, obviously. He's everywhere.
Is he the
white hair with the blindfold.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So he's everywhere. So like there's 2 like main people that people simp for in Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo is one of them, and Nanami is the other. He's like the guy with the tan suit and the circle glasses.
I don't think I've seen him.
I love him. He's awesome. I like out of everything on this list and all of the animes that I have here today, I think you would like Jujutsu Kaisen the most, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, I've seen the fights. I was incredibly impressed.
Yeah.
for some reason I've just been like lazy in picking up a new show.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
We go through our phases. Okay,
Exactly.
very quickly through the next people because
All
they're
right.
all from Haikyuu.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Oikawa Toru from Haikyuu, Bokuto from Haikyuu, and Sakusa. They're all like,
Okay.
I love them all very much. And then moving on
It's a
to
haiku.
our two minors,
Okay. Okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Bakugo.
Of course. Okay.
I love him. Okay, I know he's a bully and that he told Deku to go jump off a building, but his personal character arc, like I find way more intriguing than Deku's. Like just seeing him grow as a person, not just as a hero, has been really exciting for me.
I feel like Bakugo is just being. He's not really a bully, like a full-on bully. He's more like, I'm badass and you're not on my level sort of guy. Like he's just like very confident. Yeah. But he doesn't like.
Yeah.
That's my opinion anyway. Yeah, I don't see him as a bully,
I totally get that.
Even though he just told Deku to jump off the building or something.
I totally get that. He definitely bullied Deku in school, but I wouldn't necessarily.
Powers, yeah.
Right. Well, like even before then, like when Deku would follow him around, he would like just kick him when he's down and like push him away. He like would throw all of his school supplies out of the window and stuff. Like just general bully behavior, but
I guess I didn't remember that much.
It's all good. I totally am rewatching My Hero right now, so it's all fresh in my memory.
There we go.
But yeah, like he is clearly, I would say he's clearly insecure. A lot of people had put a lot of expectations on him because I mean he has like all the good qualities of being a hero. He's insanely smart. He gets good grades. He has a really strong quirk, and he knows how to use it. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of people just put a lot of expectations on him, and he's so trying to desperately live up to those expectations, and then when he doesn't, he lashes out.
Okay.
So that's what I see him as. So I like he like his like cockiness stems from like an inferiority complex of trying to be better than everybody, in my opinion. So he has to front and he has to posture in front of everyone. That's what I think.
Okay. I have a question then.
Yes.
Do you think he'll be the number 1 hero and Deku will be at number 2? Because that's what I feel like it's gonna come out as. Where Bakugo will be the face of the heroes, whereas Deku will be just fine. If they ever become part of the whole hero ranking system.
Right.
I feel like Bakugo will sit at number 1.
I agree. I think what's going to happen is just purely out of competitive nature, Bakugo will end up number 1, but he'll feel unfulfilled. Mm-hmm. And then Deku just wants to be a hero, mm-hmm. right? I mean, of course, he wants to emulate All Might, and he wants to be number 1 just like All Might. But I think to him, he will prioritize the hero aspect of the job rather than the like shallow ranking system of the job. So in the end, he'll grow up and he'll be like, it doesn't matter what rank I am as long as I'm saving people with a smile.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
I was thinking either Deku at 2nd or 3rd, with Todoroki at being 2nd as well.
Oh yeah, Todoroki being 2nd like his dad. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Even at first, you know, that's where Bakugo and Todoroki will have that rivalry.
Yeah, I think I could totally see that happening, but I don't ever imagine Deku being number 1, and I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay with that in the end.
In my opinion, it's like the way they're showing his character is just like he'll be fine as long as he's a hero. Like he doesn't care what kind of ranking he has.
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting to that point in the anime where they're showing just kind of the shallowness of the hero system. Yeah. And then finally is Draken from Tokyo Revengers.
Okay, that one. The anime sounds familiar, but I know I have never seen it.
It's still ongoing right now. I think the manga is just about to finish, but anime is still on season 1.
Okay.
I started watching this at Eric's recommendation.
Okay.
And it's pretty good.
Shout out to Eric.
Yes. Shout out Eric. Thank you so much.
I forgot his name in the
in the pod.
In the pod.
It's all good. But I mean, like, he recommended to me the show, and at first I was a little hesitant because I wasn't really feeling the art style
Mm-hmm.
and the idea of like 14-year-olds beating each other up, just watching them like punch each other to a pulp for
I
no
mean,
reason didn't really appeal to me. But
I was about to say, I
I mean,
mean,
like,
Naruto,
okay,
technically.
Naruto, you have powers and stuff, and you have political drama, and
I
you
guess,
have
yeah.
like drama between like different nations and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like
Oh, so this
Tokyo
one's more like,
Revengers. Sorry,
I,
go ahead.
I was gonna say like, oh, so it's just like, they just fight, with the heavy emphasis is on the fights and rather than the story or the world.
Uh, I mean,
Would
like,
you say?
okay, so there for Tokyo Revengers, there isn't really a lot of world building because it takes place in like 2005 Japan, where
Okay.
with like a bunch of school gangs. Like, so the premise of the show or the plot of the show is like modern day, this like loser who used to be in a middle school gang sees that his ex-girlfriend from middle school died tragically in an accident, and he discovers that he has the power to go back in time 12 years.
Oh wow.
So
What the
he
heck?
uses that power to like maneuver his way through like the school gang to try and prevent her death in the future.
Okay. Okay.
But like as far as world building goes, it's not really so much world building, but just character building in terms of like
Okay.
who's the leader of each gang and whatnot. Why does this person hate that person? A
Okay.
lot of the times it's because like I just to avoid spoilers, it can get heavy, but a lot of the times it's just like, oh, he looked at me funny, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's still it's still a great anime.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Draken, I don't know if you've seen this person. He's like the guy that has like a shaved head but with a blonde ponytail and a dragon tattoo. No
Maybe.
idea. Maybe.
Maybe. Think it could have been like floating around in the good
Yeah.
old internets.
Yes.
I probably
Well,
caught an eye on it and probably disregarded because there are a lot of obscure anime things for me now. Like
yes.
I saw a video a few days ago. It was like this two chicks with big ass playing something, like bouncing balls from one another and something. I don't know. And I was just like, what did I just watch? Interesting, but
Oh,
at the same time,
yes.
what? But yes.
Yeah, I totally get it. Okay,
Hmm.
that's my nine.
Well, there goes your nine. I'm gonna
Yes.
quickly go through my nine because
Yes.
I just thought of them on the spot. I didn't really think about it. Okay, number one, we've talked about it already. Vegeta. Uh,
Yes.
I'm gonna say number three as well because it's Broly.
Yes.
My number two is actually was going to be Aizawa, but
Ooh.
I changed it to Kakashi because that's the person I got
Okay.
reminded of. I was like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
nice.
Kakashi, that's right. I gotta put him down. And he took care of the three kids. He tried
Yeah.
his best. He tried his best.
He did what he could, and he is another person who I think his backstory is written so
Oh yeah.
well, and it like perfectly explains why he is
Mm-hmm.
who he is. And I mean, who doesn't want to be the copy ninja? He has like
Oh,
unlimited powers at that point. He can do anything.
honestly, that nickname Copy Ninja alone
Hmm.
is so badass. And he's up
Yes.
give him the title Mr. Worldwide as well because he is known at every single nation.
Every single person knows
Everyone
who
knows
this guy
Copy
is
Ninja
because
is.
of the copy ninja. Yes.
Exactly. Anyway, continuing on.
Okay.
The
Yes.
next two are from Gundam series. Lock on
Oh, okay.
Stratus is from
Okay.
Gundam 00. He's a
All right.
he's just okay. So a little spoiler here.
All good.
There are two Lock on Stratos, but they
Okay.
are two different people in a way. That name specifically is like moniker for their
Okay.
group. But anyway, either one, they're both awesome as characters. One is not as cool as the older brother, I guess.
Mm.
The next one is Naze Turbine. Naze Turbine. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. He is from Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Great show.
Oh,
I highly suggest it.
okay.
It will definitely be one of my highly suggested Gundam anime, like number one.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix, and
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm sure it's on YouTube as well. I think that's where I first
Oh,
watched
cool.
it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Added to my
Yeah.
never-ending list of recommendations.
Exactly. Same here. Same here. And now it's mix match because now I have cartoons. I have anime. I have TV shows, movies.
Yep.
It's all mishmatch, and I'm just like, whatever. I'll get through it one
I'm
day.
never. Eventually.
Eventually, exactly. The next two are from the most recently remembered Attack on Titan. Levi
yes.
is one of them.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I gotta appreciate the shirt.
Yes.
You know what? I changed my mind on the next one. It was going to be Armin. Then I remember Jean.
Oh.
I mean, who could resist a badass like John, you know? He is straight up a beast in that show.
A beast.
No powers, no special thing, just sports, pure smarts and pure skills. I love him.
Yes.
He's great. And for my last two are the brothers, Alfonso and Edward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I put Alfonso higher up because he is, he tends to be less angry. Than
He's a bit more palatable.
Exactly. He's kinder than Edward. Edward will snap at you right there and then, and he's probably the same height as me, so I know how it feels down there. Anyway, that is my 9 husbandos.
All right.
Also, quick break.
Yes. After holding it in.
Oh yeah, I held that for quite a while. I was like, all right, I'm gonna quickly go through my list. You know. Even though I knew for a fact I'm gonna go through my list fast. I forgot to mention that that list is like not even like in a specific order. They're just like
it's all good.
Thrown in together. It's like I need to think of characters. Anyway.
Okay, from here on out, I know we spent a long time on it. So from here on out, I'll go through it quickly.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, Chi. Chi. Anyway, waifus.
Yes.
This one I also have a 9. You know.
Oh, okay. This one I only have 7.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll go first on this one.
Yes.
So number 1, much like husbandos, it's no specific order. Number 1 is Bulma. I mean, it's Bulma.
Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
Badass. Yells at gods.
Funky. Yes.
She yelled at. She turned Beerus into a
slapped Beerus.
And
she slapped him and turned him into a babysitter for her kid.
This
man is called a destroyer god. This man is called a destroyer god, and she just slapped him and said, "Here, watch my kid."
Exactly. Of course, the food was part of it too, but it was Bulma first, then the food.
Yes.
Anyway, the next two.
Okay.
I think the next 3 actually. No, wait. The next one is from Gundam 00, Sumiragi Lee Noriega. Just looks. I mean, to be simple.
Totally understandable.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Number 4, Misato Katsuragi from Evangelion.
Ooh.
Pretty badass.
Yes.
A laid back badass is what I want to call her. Like she knows when to be serious, when to be not. When to put up her guard and such. Next one is from also Gundam, Gundam Seed to be exact. It's Lacus Klein. 1, she's a singer. I love singers.
Yes.
2, I mean, she's like, she used her fame and fortune to like try to stop war, or like pretty much be the cause of like I don't want to say forced peace or something. But then again, it's been a while since I watched the show, so I'm not really sure what I'm talking about at this point. But anyway, continue on with the next 2. I have no idea how old she is, but I'm just going to put it there. Historia is one of them, and Mikasa is the other one. Mikasa, badass. Historia, well, she punched Eren. And she became queen, but like I said, I don't know how old she is. She could be 16 or 18.
Like they did a time skip, right? And I think they're adults in the time skip. So I think you're good.
You're right. Season 4, there was a 5 year.
We got a loophole here.
Yeah, there we go. There's a loophole. The next 2 are from Full Metal Alchemist, another last minute inputs because I
Yes.
forgot I watched that, and it's Winry because she knows what to do with the hands with her mechanic skills and such. Could help me with my car probably. And the other one is the last one is Riza or whatever.
Ah, I think it's Riza, right?
I
It's been so long since I
it's
watched Fullmetal Alchemist.
which one did you watch? I only watched Brotherhood.
I watched Brotherhood like right when in middle school. Like it was one of the very first animes I watched, and I haven't gone back to rewatch it.
Wow, middle school. Wow.
I know. I want to say middle school, but like
I
these
mean, it's
days,
back then, yeah.
all those memories are like all merged together,
Yeah,
and I don't know what
exactly.
time period they came from.
Exactly. And sometimes I'll tell a story. I was like, was that middle school? Was that high school? I don't
High school? I
Exactly.
can't remember.
Exactly. But yes, Ryza one, as a lot of the wait, did I ever say my number 2? I don't remember. I think I went from Bulma to my number 3.
Huh.
But anyway,
Oh.
anyway, it's like there's no specific orders anyway. So Ryza,
Okay, yeah.
she's badass.
No order. No. Right.
Number 2, well, my number 2 was Hinata Hyuga. I mean, come on.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I love Naruto as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she was useless 80% of the time, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
She's still like she's there for Naruto. She's
Yes.
there for her
And
homeboy.
I mean, like, she wasn't useless. In the
Okay,
Pain arc, she went and to go protect our guy, you know?
What
So
did Sakura do? Nothing.
she yelled and she cried.
Yelled, she summoned
Oh,
Naruto.
okay.
But anyway.
To be fair to her, like, Sakura did heal them.
Yes, exactly. I was just
Yes.
making. I was just
It's
going
all
with the
good. I mean,
ongoing joke.
it's all good. Like, I totally get it.
Caesar,
I'll say this right now, like, none of the females in Naruto made my list. Because
Wow.
all of
Well,
them
I
are
mean,
useless.
you know what? I don't want to say it, but yes, they're like only Hinata, Sakura, and Ino will be the first, or Temari even, will be the first
Yeah.
few females from that show that you will remember. If
I
lucky,
agree.
Tsunade.
I mean, like, Tsunade, yeah.
Yeah.
If only for her chest. But
They don't have to say it. I like it. Anyway,
all good.
those are my
all right.
9.
Okay. Can we take a break real quick? Because somebody keeps knocking on my door.
All right. 3, 2,
Okay,
no problem. And we're back.
Yes.
All right. What is wrong with my keyboard? It's not
Uh-oh.
Oh well, I'm getting a new keyboard anyway soon. Anyway,
Nice. Okay.
back to our topics.
Onto my 7 waifus. Because for the life of me, I could not think of any more than this.
Okay.
So number 1, we have Maki from Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, totally badass girl, hot as hell. Like, actually is useful and purposeful. Number 2, we have Kyoko from Haikyuu. She's like the team manager. She like takes care of the team and makes sure that they have everything that they need. And everybody on the team sims for her so hard in the anime, and it's hilarious.
Okay.
She's really cute. And then number 3, we have Violet Evergarden. So this is on Netflix. It's like the saddest anime I've ever watched in my life. And the main character, her name is Violet Evergarden. She's like an ex-soldier, like born and raised in war. She only knows how to fight, and now she's thrust back into society and has to figure out how to live as a human again. Done so well. Number 3, waifu. And then number 4, Bulma. For all the reasons that we said earlier. We love our spunky science girl. And then moving on to number 5, Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. She's like the Sakura of the group. But like, imagine if Sakura was actually useful. That's Nobara.
Okay.
And then moving on to number 6 is Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Okay.
The Studio Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one. And like, I related to her struggles so much. And it's superficial at first, but like, the more you watch the movie, the more you can like relate to her. And she had to make the list. And then finally number.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. You've only seen.
I'll say it then. I'll say after your list.
Oh, okay. And then finally for number 7, Megumi from Food Wars.
Oh wow! Wait, is that the hypersexualized food show? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the funniest anime I've ever seen.
Mhm.
I totally recommend it to people, especially newbies to anime who don't realize how like sexual anime can be. And I love seeing their reactions to it.
Like
It is so funny.
a show that has no business to be hypersexualized.
I
It's
know,
it's
but like,
sexualized.
okay, like to give you context about how crazy this anime is, the creator of this anime originally wrote and created hentai and made doujinshis. So it just gives you like some background about where this guy came from.
He
And
knows his stuff.
Megumi is, huh?
He knows his stuff. He knows the.
He knows his stuff.
Uh-huh.
He knows exactly what he's doing in this anime.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
Megumi is like, she's like the one girl who is like, I don't know what the stereotype word for it is, but like she's kind of shy, she's very introverted, she's unsure of herself, but she actually has like is a great chef.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. And that's my
Okay.
7. And I
All
could not
right.
think of anything else other than that.
Oh man, we have a lot of. I have a lot of sevens. Actually, I have a lot of less than sevens. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
the thing I was gonna say, I've only seen one Miyazaki, one
Hmm.
Studio Ghibli movie, but
Yes.
two Miyazaki movie, I believe. My
Oh,
very
okay.
first one was what was it? Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies, yeah.
My very first one.
R.I.P.
Everyone said, "Rainier, don't
That
watch
was your
that."
first
That
one.
was my very first one.
No.
I was
Oh,
depressed by like 3 months. Uh,
yeah.
that number might be wrong because every time I mention it, it goes up by a little bit. But it's true.
Yes.
I was upset by that movie because of how sad
Yes.
it is. And
And you know what's crazy? Like that movie is based off of a real story. Like
yeah.
so it's based off of a short story, and the short story is based off of the author's real life, who
Mhm.
I think like I think it was I don't remember if they gender bent it or not.
Mhm.
If it was a little brother or a little sister that
Um,
he was taking care of, but
it was
just
still
the
sad.
it was so sad, and the fact that he's not the he like so many children had to live through what he lived through,
Mhm.
like heartbreaking.
Mhm. And the other movie was the Totoro movie. And those are the
Oh, My Name
only
is Totoro.
yep, those are the only
Okay.
two I've seen. The literally the two sides of the spectrum. The
I
saddest
know.
movie and the
And like the
probably the
most
most whole
happiest,
yes,
wholesome,
except
like
for that cat.
inconsequential
That
movie.
cat is creeping me out every time
Ruby.
I
Yes,
yeah. It's
I totally understand.
that cat buzz is really creepy, but it's a great movie. I was like,
Great
wow,
movie. I
this
mean,
is.
like,
I watched it and all I can think was like, this is like the very opposite of what the last one I watched.
yeah,
And
I know.
everyone said it. They're like, Renier, don't watch Grave of the Fireflies. Go watch Totoro first. If you want something happy. I was like, no,
Yes.
Grave of the Fireflies first.
Well, like, if you watch something sad and you're crying, then that just
Exactly.
makes the happy movie feel
Exactly.
even happier, and it makes you feel better. It's more
Exactly.
cathartic.
Exactly.
See,
They
it's
didn't
all in the
understand.
strategy.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I want to make sure I was like you can't go anywhere below rock bottom. You only go up.
Exactly.
So even though the next movie is sad, nothing is sadder than Grave of the Fireflies. But
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
out of those
Moving on.
movies anyway,
I will
animes.
totally. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anime. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I since I was the first one for the waifus pick.
Okay.
We're gonna be alternating the list.
Of course.
So
Yes.
spice things up
Of
and
course.
probably give me time for video games anyway.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay. So
animes.
quickly through animes, I'll go through my top 9.
All
So
right.
number one, Attack on Titan. I think is a modern masterpiece.
It's a
Like
uh, you'll
modern
have
masterpiece.
yeah.
Like every. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like on my list you'll see like you'll manage to connect the dots where it is. Like
Yeah,
you'll know
of what you like. Yeah.
the common denominator. But anyways,
Yes.
continue.
For me, like this is a modern masterpiece. Everything about this anime is perfect, from the writing to the pacing, characterizations, plot twists. Like there's not an ounce of wasted space in this anime. Every moment is necessary, and that's all I could ask for. So number one, Attack on Titan.
I'm gonna
Number
jump
two,
in.
Haikyuu.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
jump
go
in
ahead.
on. I'm gonna jump in on that. The fact that the
Yeah.
first 3 seasons happen in like a span of a month is insane.
Yeah,
Like after
like
the training, all the way to them uh,
finding out.
finding the sea.
Yes.
That was like at least, at most, I would say a month. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
every time I think about that, I'm just like,
It's moving so quickly.
but it doesn't, like, if you watch it, season
Right.
1 ended where season 2 started. So then,
Yes.
and I'm just like, this is like the first 2 seasons happened in a week. It felt like if you put them in
Yeah.
chronological
It,
order. Holy
yeah,
moly.
it's hard to like timeline
Mm-hmm.
Attack on Titan in my opinion. But yeah, definitely those first 3 seasons, like it in the anime didn't take place throughout a very long stretch of
Oh
time.
yeah.
Like and within like a month, so many things changed for these characters.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean by like there's not an ounce of wasted space in this anime.
Oh
Like
yeah.
every moment is necessary.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, number 2.
Okay, moving on. So number 2, Haikyuu.
Mm-hmm.
For all the reasons I said earlier, it's my comfort anime. Nobody dies. It's a really good feel-good anime. You're just watching a bunch of idiots play volleyball, and it's a fun time.
Okay.
On to number 3, Violet Evergarden. I have like a strange attachment to things that make me cry. And Violet Evergarden, Violet Evergarden, there's like 13 episodes and 3 movies or something like that. I cried all 13 episodes.
Oh wow.
And all the movies I cried. And it cried so much it gave me a headache. And it left such a like visceral emotional impact on me that it had to be number 3 on this list.
Okay. Okay.
And then Naruto.
Of course.
It's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing that got me into anime. For nostalgia purposes, I have to put it on there.
Exactly.
And like if I just need any kind of motivation, I will turn on Naruto.
Just go to a
like
speech.
if I need to like get shit done or I'm feeling down bad about myself, I will watch Naruto.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And then on to number 5, Food Wars, the funniest anime I've seen. And the one anime, you know how like the meme is that anime food looks so good?
Mm-hmm.
That's taken to another level on this anime. You will get hungry watching this anime. Like, don't watch it late at night.
A lot of people have suggested that show to me, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna touch Food Wars. Have you guys seen how I look? I'll be hungry 10 minutes into the show. No way I will ever watch that show.
Well, if you ever do, you will not regret it. It is the funniest anime I've ever seen.
I feel like that's the case. Like, I'll be sore from laughing. At the same time, I'll be hungry from all the
You'll
food.
Burn all the calories while you're eating chips.
Exactly. And not even just chips. I'll be cooking. So I was like, okay. All right. Oh,
yes.
This taste good.
Anyway. Well, like, yeah. Okay, on to number 6. Mm-hmm. I have to say Dragon Ball Super.
Wow.
Dragon Ball Super specifically for 2 reasons.
Let's hear it.
1, I like that it has cleaner line art and it's a more modernized animation. I like that. Okay. And number 2, I recognize it's not nearly as emotionally impactful as Dragon Ball Z is. There's not as many like sacrificial moments in Super as there is in Z. But I like that about it because it's like the best anime to turn on, and I can turn off my brain after a long day of work and not even think. You just watch and you enjoy. Mm-hmm. It's a really fun anime for that. So that's why I'll put Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. All right.
And then on to number 7. Demon Slayer. Okay. Which I know is like a really normie answer, but
I mean it's the hype at the moment. It's the
hype.
Especially with the second season coming out soon.
Yes.
I think either next month or this month. I don't remember.
I want to say October.
Yeah.
I want to say October. But, I mean, to me, the story it's mid. It's okay. It's nothing special about it. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I made the list is, 1, the animation is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Of, like, all the mainstream animes, I love the animation for this one the most. It's so clean, and the way they animated the water breathing and the fire breathing is just done so well. And I think Demon Slayer does the best job I've seen so far of integrating CGI into the 2D animation and making it as seamless as possible.
That's true. I remember that now.
And then the music, the soundtrack for this anime is unreal. It is so good. I mean, like to me, the Demon Slayer soundtrack is up there with Attack on Titan and Naruto in terms of like quality and how it contributes to the anime.
Okay,
So
okay.
for those two reasons alone, I'll put Demon Slayer. And then number 8 is Your Lie in April. Have you heard about this one?
Is this a movie?
No, it's a series. I think it has like 26 episodes. It's just one season.
It sounds familiar. I thought it was a movie, like Weathering with You or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean like it's within the same line. It's like it's a romantic drama.
Okay.
It's about a pianist who loses his passion for playing piano, and then he meets a girl, a violinist, who like brings that passion back into him, and he has to face like past traumas, and he refalls in love with piano. And as a pianist myself, I related so much to his struggles with piano. It's not I like the romance to me in this show. I didn't really care much for, but like the music in this show is unreal.
Okay.
So I have to put that on there. And then number 9 is Kiki's Delivery Service.
Of course.
If you feel burnt out, if you feel stuck in life, or that like you are having trouble, like if you're having trouble turning your passion into your job, this anime is for you. Okay. Or this movie is for you.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, I like
Special shout out to like Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, the original Pokemon Indigo League, and Grave of the Fireflies. I got like honorable mentions on
Indigo League. Wow.
The Indigo League, the OG.
That's the
actual first anime.
What? Oh, okay. I was thinking of the next one where they were hopping islands.
The Orange Islands.
Yeah.
No, this is like the OG Pokemon.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, the whole gang.
All right. For me, you will notice a common theme.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, number 1, Naruto. Obviously.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yes.
Actually, it's the it is the very first anime I've seen. Outside of a Gundam show or a Gundam anime.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, minus the fillers. I had to take off the fillers.
I love Naruto, and even I skip the fillers. It's totally understandable.
The only filler I don't skip is the filler with Kakashi's face.
Me too.
And yes, when he disguises the photograph.
That's not filler. That's necessary. That's canon. Like everyone must watch that episode.
And I would say, I like that they brought him back as that in Boruto.
Me too. It was a nice little callback.
I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure the filler skippers doesn't.
Yeah, they were like, they have no idea who this guy is.
But I know because I made sure.
Yep.
I've been waiting for that mystery since I was a kid.
I know.
I deserve it.
And you know what? And they delivered.
And
they did a great job with it.
They did an amazing job. Anyway, number 2.
Okay. Yes.
My Hero Academia. I'm just a sucker for like superhero stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Especially like someone being super heroic, like All Might, Midoriya, you know, Todoroki. Even even Hawks and Endeavor and even Bakugo.
I love Hawks.
Hawks is awesome.
He is awesome, and like his quirk is really cool.
Indeed,
not just the wings, but just the feather manipulation.
I love
that's the really like creative part about the
whole fight
quirk.
with the Nomu and him just like saving people. I was like, hey man, I can't help you. I gotta regenerate my wings. After burning out off.
That's what I
was like, that's awesome. That's
what I love about My Hero. Yes. That their quirks have consequences if they misuse it or they use it too much. Exactly. That's something I find is missing from a lot of the modern day hero stuff, and I love and appreciate that My Hero makes it a point to highlight that. Yes.
Especially with Midoriya going, all right, here's the hero's strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Every single hero. I feel like for me, like I can relate to that. If someone comes up to me with like DC or Marvel, but like, oh yeah, like Superman, you know, it's not just kryptonite, magic, you know, same strength as him. Spider-Man, family, loved ones, his own personal stuff. Yeah, go for it. Batman, here's a list. You know, I know like I'm not. I was gonna say knowledgeable, or I can inform people about certain characters. I'm okay, fine. I'll say it. I'm knowledgeable.
Yes. Be proud of it.
Yeah. Anyway, One Punch Man is my number 3.
Oh, yes.
I just love how silly and stupid this show is. The fact that the plus I would say this
Mhm.
season one's finale is amazing.
Top tier.
It's
Like if you're
it's
looking
so
for
good,
action
and
fights,
he's
I
just
don't.
there
It's
taking all of it. I was just like,
yeah,
this is good. This is
right. Like I always recommend One Punch Man
good.
to my guy friends who are looking for an anime to watch
Hmm.
that like has something to like if something happens in the anime, One Punch Man.
Or either that, like, it's either for me. It's either One Punch Man. Um, if they want something campy and childish, My Hero. If they want
Yeah.
something like nostalgic, Dragon Ball Z. You know,
Yes.
and all three has to do with like motivation and
Hmm.
fitness. You know, especially One Punch Man,
Yes.
the
With
infamous
his little
100.
training, his training regimen.
Exactly, 100 everything. Push ups, sit ups, crunches, pull ups, 100K. Oh my god, I tried doing that. I can barely do 10.
Oh, if you do that, you'll lose all your hair.
Exactly.
So it's not worth it.
I like my hair. I just got it.
Exactly.
I'm barely
Exactly.
growing it out back. Number 4, this is where it gets fun. Um,
Okay.
Gundam 00. It's
Okay.
it's I would say other than the finale of a movie,
Mhm.
the 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 show itself was pretty in line with modern politics. It's set like
Okay.
similar to our timeline. So 20. It came out 2007, so the year in the show is 2007.
Okay.
Like parallel allegories and
Mhm.
parallelism. Oh, English.
I got you.
You can tell that they're talking about what's happening in the Middle East, how it's influencing the world.
Oh.
You know,
Huh.
it's pretty cool, and Gundams.
Yes.
And
Mech.
then exactly mechs. I mean, I have a shelf full of them, and my favorite part of that is like the question: Can war stop war? I like that
Ah.
question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a
It's
good
very philosophical.
exactly, and the fact that they fought alien like uh, ah well, pretty much the ending will have aliens. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Number 5, Iron Blooded Orphans. Great show. Great
Huh.
show. Only one
Okay.
season. Oh no, that's a lie. 2 seasons.
I've
First
never
one,
heard of that one.
It's a Gundam show as well. Iron Blooded
Ah. Okay.
Orphans. Yeah. This one is set in Mars. It's about a bunch of boys who were pretty much slaves that grew up on Mars, and they got injected by this had this surgery that gave them the ability to properly control robotic vehicles like a Gundam frame, as they would call
Mm.
it, is one of them. Pretty much, it just enhances their compatibility with the robot that they're using.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, and then pretty much the whole story is just about these boys leaving Mars, leaving their home world, doing business with like as amateurish as they since they're pretty
Okay.
amateurish. It's pretty cool. I like it. Very very I wouldn't say very sad ending, but
Mm.
you'll just feel I won't say despair, but you'll feel upset about the ending because little spoilers are alert. All of your favorite characters are no more.
Ah.
Yes,
Yes. One of those animes.
exactly. I didn't expect that as well until I watched it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was sad my favorite characters died. Anyway,
Oh.
number 6, Gundam Seed. Another mech anime, another Gundam.
Yes.
This one is purely nostalgic for me because it's the
Mm.
very first Gundam series I watched
Yes.
growing up, and this is
We have.
this is
Yeah.
the focal point where I fell in love with giant robots.
Yes. With mech animes.
Exactly with mech animes, and funny enough, I didn't even watch Evangelion until like a few months ago. But
Oh wow.
yeah, I had a friend who was like, "Wow, you're a mech fan and never seen
You
Evangelion." I was
never
like,
seen Evangelion? Yeah.
"No, no." Until
Have you
recently,
seen Code Geass?
I've heard of it, but no. Same with
Okay,
Gurren
totally.
Lagann.
Yes, you should totally watch that one too.
Yeah, that I've heard a lot of it too. Yes, yes. Anyway, Gundam Seed, nostalgic. Pretty cool Gundam design. I like it. This one is it's another. I mean, the most common thing, the common theme amongst the Gundam franchise is pretty philosophical. It's about mankind's evolution. You know, the next step for
Oh,
mankind, and such. That's pretty much the.
okay.
And plus, it's complicated because they have multiple timelines. For this
Oh,
one,
okay.
yeah, this one pretty much the premise is the natural born people bombed the genetic enhanced born people.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's pretty much saying uh, genet- uh, gene manipulations versus natural born.
The
But
right.
towards the end of this, you'll find out later on is that um, those natural born people are a bunch of hypocrites, you know.
Ah, yes.
And you can see both sides. They explore both sides of the philosophy,
Yeah.
even though they find
Okay,
out.
I like it when an anime. I like that when a show does that
Mhm.
when they don't villainize one side or the other.
But I mean, they did. They villainized
Oh, okay,
both
never
sides
mind.
completely. But the only thing I don't like about this is that it's pretty much teen drama with robots.
Oh,
Unlike
yes.
most of its,
Okay,
other shows where it's
I see.
robots with the philosophical questions and
Okay.
such. But this one's teen drama with the philosophical. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right now.
Philosophical.
Philosophical. Thank you.
Okay.
And with giant mech robots. You know, it's pretty nostalgic for me, but it's purely teen drama.
Yes,
A lot of crying, a lot of
of course.
singing, a lot of emo stuff.
Okay.
And last for my list is, of course, the one and only Attack on Titan. Such
Yes.
I at first I know I love the show season one,
Hmm.
but season two, you know, the gaps in between seasons, you know, season releases is just so long.
Yeah.
You know that I
Yeah.
don't. I I'm happy that I managed to rewatch everything, beginning to end of season three, preparing myself for season four. Oh my god, that's when I start thinking. I was like, oh wow, I don't remember this character being introduced this
Hmm.
early, or this
Yes.
storyline that's been going on since the beginning,
Right.
or you know connections from beginning to season three, and it's like you said, zero, all zero wasted spaces.
Space
Hmm.
in this anime.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will say like the really long gaps in between the seasons contributed to the fact that it didn't feel like the events that it happened in the show, they do happen like really quickly one against the other, but because there was such a long gap between the seasons, it didn't feel that way. But it's
Hmm.
not until like you watch all first three seasons back to back to back, you
Oh
realize, oh
yeah,
my gosh, like this happened within like a month.
yeah.
That's the insane part.
Like the first two season, they were like what 2 3 years apart
Yeah,
in
so season
releases. It
one and
was
two was 4 years apart.
oh wow, even worse.
Yeah,
I,
even
I
worse.
know three and two and three was a lot shorter. I think they were like just a
Right.
year.
So the reason why the first two seasons there was such a huge gap between them was because if I remember this correctly, the author of the anime or the author of the manga requested that the anime or requested that the manga be like a certain number of chapters ahead of the anime.
Hmm.
But this manga writer is like notorious for taking his sweet time with each
Mm,
chapter. So the studio had to wait for the
hmm.
manga to get to this chapter before they can animate the next chapter.
Yeah.
It's just so then they can keep the gap.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I got something to say to follow on that one, but I forgot what it was. That will
Happens.
that will happen plenty of times here, for sure,
Yes.
and it happened so many times before, to so many people, and I feel bad. My memory is just awful.
The
Anyway,
older we get.
exactly. Like sometimes even at work, I'm known as the guy who won't remember anything. But if you ask him about a specific sales order, I'll be like, "Oh, this one that has this and this and this. Oh, here are
Yep.
those
Yep.
numbers and such." And I'm like, "Rainier, you can't remember anything at all, but you remember those."
I know, like at work, I'm like, they're asking me like this invoice, why did this invoice have this on it? And I can tell you like point blank, like, oh, this deal, this happened, this is what needed to change. And then I totally walk into the kitchen and I don't remember what I needed to do.
Exactly.
I literally walk in and then 2 seconds later I walk back out like
Yeah. A lot of my coworkers were like, Rena, what are you doing? I was like, I look at them. I don't know. I forgot. It's like, how do you forget? You're holding something. I was like, oh, I was feeling chemicals. My bad. Or
Sometimes
something.
you're just on autopilot.
Oh, exactly. But anyway.
Okay.
My actually, you know what? I'm just gonna switch it out here a bit because then the one after video games is anime openings, and you know, since we just talked about anime, I feel like it's more appropriate to start with there.
Okay.
Also, it gives me time to put more things on my video games. Anyway, opening. I'll go first with of course, Naruto. Naruto, in my opinion, has, if like from part 1, and I would say even to Boruto, they still have pretty awesome intros.
Yes. The first Boruto opening, I love it. It like perfectly encapsulates what you're going to be watching in Boruto.
And then
it like sets the tone.
Mm-hmm. And then you see legacy characters too in the intro. So I was like, okay, cool. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Honestly, I only watched Boruto for like legacy characters.
Same here.
Because, you know, especially that one episode where Naruto and Himawari, Go Himawari, best child ever.
Best girl.
Best girl. If anything happens to her or Eri, I will burn.
We are flying to Japan.
I'm gonna
and we are
cause
burning
a riot.
the studio down.
I'm rioting if anything happens to them. But anyway, yes, like I straight up just watched Boruto for like legacy characters such as that one episode with. Oh, actually, my favorite one was not. It had like very little legacy characters, but it highly talks about Jiraiya. It was Boruto, Sarada, and Chocho looking for Jiraiya's books.
Oh.
And they were asking everyone in the village, hey, do you guys have this? And everyone says, no, you're too young.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. And then Boruto found it in his dad's room. I was like, yes, let him have this moment. No.
He's going to become a man.
No, unfortunately not. He not. The walk in just in time.
Yep.
To take it away. I'm sad.
Yep.
But well deservingly. Yeah. But yes, Naruto. I put Silhouette because that's my every morning. Yes. Every morning has to be part of my my queue. It's so
that's
good.
Like the best one to dance to.
That and Go.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I totally agree.
There are others, but it's not currently on my playlist because I don't remember their names or how.
It's all good.
You know, if I'm gonna learn about these, I gotta go back and rewatch. You know, just to
totally.
Pick them up.
There are songs, like Japanese songs, I listen to daily, and I still, for the life of me, cannot remember their names.
Exactly.
Anyway, I like refer to them as "Your Lie in April Opening 1" or something like that.
For me, I'm just like, yeah, Naruto opening, love it, because the first thing that will pop in my mind is Naruto. You know, either Naruto or the next one, Demon Slayer.
Ooh, great one.
Every time I look back and think, it's an okay song. You know, it's not too bad. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Then I will listen to it. It's like, never mind. This is good. Yes. Yeah, let's rock on. I love it.
It like sleeps on you.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't listen to it. Then it goes back
and
like, oh, yeah.
What's crazy about her, that artist, is like when she sings it live, it sounds exactly like the studio version. There's like a acoustic version of the song on YouTube where it's just her and a piano. The vocals literally the exact same. Like you could have just swapped it out with your official song, but she's so talented.
Oh wow. The next one I had that came up into my head is not even on my list. Attack on Titan.
Oh yes.
Each season, actually no, not each, but each season. Actually, yeah, each season has at least one good song. You know? Especially, I like the season 4's intro.
Me too. It totally grew on me.
Oh yeah, same here. At first I was like, yeah, it's okay. Then the more I watch the intro and see how even the music feels and sounds like very militaristic, and it's very fitting. And I was just like,
yes,
I dig this. I'm fine with this.
Yes, it sets the tone perfectly for what season 4 was. And I mean, like, season 4 was a big departure from the rest of from the first 3 seasons. It totally was fitting to me that the opening would be something different as well, and I think they nailed it.
I mean, of course, season 1 opening for Attack on Titan,
iconic. Yes, like the most iconic, memorable, recognizable opening for the show. Like everybody knows.
I have a friend
Linked Horizon now from that one.
Exactly. I have a friend who doesn't even watch, or I don't think he likes the show either, but only because he read through the manga. And even now he will say, like, it'll randomly show up on my playlist as on shuffle, and it was like, yo, don't skip this song. Let's listen to this one. Let's continue on afterwards. I was like, okay, and we'll just jam to it. It's so good.
Yes,
it's so iconic.
It's a perfect It's a really good song to listen to your car on like a road trip because it gets everybody energized and hyped.
It's super energized. Even I'll randomly turn it on and I'll just like, all right, I'm ready for the day. I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's so
good. Let's go get some Titans.
Exactly. Anyway, the next one is Dragon Ball Super.
Yes, totally agree.
Especially the last opening.
The second one.
Is Ultimate Battle.
There's like 2. Yes, there's 2 openings for Super. The second one is really good.
Yes. I like Ultimate Battle. I used to work out to that, and I was just like, oh, I'm ready to fight, even though I don't fight.
I know. Jiren, where you at?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming. Let's fight. I know I'm going to lose, but I'll fight you. But yes, DBS, one of the best intros. I mean, both of them, I would say. I just like the last one because it's really good. It's epic. Exactly.
Yes.
Except only if you watch... It's terrible if you watch it dubbed. I'm so upset
I totally agree.
How they butchered the dub. I was like, the dub has the best, voice actors. I like it more than the Japanese. Agreed. But you have to put this terrible music.
I know, like... In like the dubbed version of the song, the vocals aren't terrible. It's the lyrics that I cannot get over.
For me, it's the lyrics and the fact, in my opinion, the guy is not giving out the same energy.
It's not right. Exactly. It doesn't have the same energy. He doesn't have that guttural impact that the Japanese version had. But I wouldn't say for me at least, the vocals weren't awful. It was just the repetition of like, It was just the repetition of like, go, 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 Power Rangers. That's what it reminded me of.
Hearing it in dub was pretty weird. And until I went on YouTube and looked up the actual, like, W.B, I forgot if that's his actual handle, but he's a YouTuber. He redid the intro to Ultimate Battle. And I was just like, Dragon Ball, whoever runs that franchise, go hire this man and have him sing and redo your dub, because he did like his song, like instead of saying go 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 or whatever, fight 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 whatever, he says it in the actual in Japanese, so it feels more authentic. But the rest of the song is in English. But it like I said, and he gives off that energy, the same energy as the original song.
I'll have to look this up.
It's really good. I'll link it to you afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Same with the first intro, but I mean the first intro is okay in dub. I didn't really have too much. My only problem with that one is like it's not giving off the same energy compared to.
Yeah, I mean like the lyrics in the dubbed version are literally the exact translations of the Japanese version. So the melody-wise and rhyming-wise, it didn't match up as well. But I mean, I think it's the same singer who did the Japanese version also sung the English version. So
That's a good one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure
will
about.
say, like, just spoiler alert from my list, the first opening for Dragon Ball Super is on my list.
Okay, I forgot what it's
I
called.
love that one. It's called Cho Zet's Dynamic.
Okay, okay.
Like, that song single-handedly made my morning drives to work better.
That's the
I
one where
love
it's
that song.
like they actually said Beerus' name, right? Like, something about
I don't
Lord
think
Beer.
so.
I might be thinking of something.
They don't say his name, but they reference
Or
like
oh no,
I'll challenge the gods.
yeah. It wasn't him. It was who's the ultimate god as
Oh,
the baby
Zeno.
Zeno. Yeah, they.
Uh,
I,
Zeno.
I feel like they
So
reference
there's
him
like
on that one.
so there's two openings to Dragon Ball Super. Ultimate Battle isn't an opening. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
a
that's true.
song that's used
Yeah,
within the anime.
yeah, that's
But the
true.
second opening references Grand Zeno at the end. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that one. Okay, that's the one I like too. That's the one. That's the one I was talking
Yeah.
about. And then Ultimate Battle. Anyway, next one is One Punch Man.
Of course.
Especially season one. Season two,
Yes.
grew on me. Season two grew on me, but it didn't have the same hype factor
Yes.
as the
Epic.
first one. Yes,
Yes.
especially
It didn't
when
get you excited for the episode like the first opening did.
yes, exactly because they didn't have the one punch. I was like,
And
oh yes. And once you hear that,
everybody in the room is screaming it together.
exactly. Once you hear that, everyone's just like, yes,
Yes.
I'm ready
And
for
like
one hit everyone thing.
and like the animation for the first opening as well,
Oh, so good.
when we were talking about like you feel the impact and the weight of every punch, that opening.
Oh yeah, the second opening kind of like lined up more on Saitama's silliness, you know. So I was like,
Right.
yeah, I like the mysteriousness of this
Yeah.
bald freak, you know, this one punch man, whatever.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. It's a long Thursday. I'm sorry.
It's
Anyway,
okay.
last on my list, probably not last, but one from the top of my head is Gundam 00.
Okay.
Actually, the last for One Punch Man, I forgot to mention Jam Project. Great band, great Japanese band.
Yes.
And Gundam 00, honestly, all of their intros and outros are really good. You
Yeah.
know, it's one of the only animes where I would not skip the
The opening or the
no,
ending.
the ending. The opening I will always, especially Gundam 00, I will jam out to it. But the ending, I'll be like, okay, I'm done. Or sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is a new one. They changed this episode. They changed. Okay, I'll jam out to it. You know. But yeah, those are my list for the opening.
Great list. Great list.
What about yours, madam?
Okay. For me, this was the toughest one to write because I had so many options, and this is like the only list I had to narrow down my options like significantly.
Let's hear it.
So the first one for me is Sides of the Moon
Okay.
by Nogizaka 46. It's Naruto Shippuden's 16th opening. It sounds more like it belongs in a detective anime than in Naruto.
Which
But
opening
it's
is this?
so underrated. This is opening number 16. It's like a girl band that sings it. It's like the animation is like really red themed. There's switches between red, blue, and purple. I'm trying not to like. It's the one that has like a guitar opening that goes dun 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 dun
I might have to
dun,
look
dun, dun,
I might
dun.
have to look it up because, like I said
Yes.
earlier, like I know Naruto has a lot of good openings, but
Yes.
from the top of my head, I cannot remember all of them. Yeah.
That one to me, like, super underrated. It's my favorite. It's the one I jam to the most. And then moving on is Hikaru Nara by Goose House. This is Your Lie in April's first opening.
Okay.
It's just a really good feel-good song. I watched Your Lie in April because of this opening. I love the song so much that I watched the anime for it. And it totally bait and switches you because the song is so happy, but then the anime is so sad.
Perfect combo.
I felt betrayed and lied to.
Perfect combo, you know.
I know.
Anime, happy song equals sad.
And then
sad
boom,
story.
I'm crying. I'm
Exactly.
literally crying in the next scene.
Exactly.
And then, all right, Moving on, number 3 is Dragon Ball Super's first opening, Chozette's Dynamic.
I'm gonna have to
And
look that
then
up. I don't remember that one for sure.
it's really good. It highlights a lot of the slice of life moments from Dragon Ball Super that I really love. I want more
Okay.
slice of life moments from Dragon Ball.
Like
Like I
Kiki
want more
getting.
scenes of Vegeta cooking and
Oh
Bulma yelling at
yes,
him.
yes. Best part of the
I need a whole
first story arc.
episode just
Yes.
watching Vegeta break an egg.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. All right.
Okay, moving on. Unravel. It's Tokyo Ghoul's first opening.
Okay. I was about to say
That
that one
one,
sound familiar.
that one, like I'm sure you've heard of it because it's one of the most memed songs in the anime community.
Most likely.
So that one super iconic, and the memes are hilarious. Like the
Okay.
memes always get me when it comes to this song, so it has to go on here.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
moving on to number 5
Mhm.
is Hikari Yare by Burnout Syndromes. It's Haikyuu's fifth opening. So like this opening is only for one season. It's like the short. So this opening is for season 3. It's the shortest season of the whole show. It's only 10 episodes because it surrounds only one match. But
Okay.
this one is like the best animated, and it always gets me hyped. Like I'm always like, I am ready to see what happens next when I hear this one.
Okay.
Moving
Okay.
on to number 6 is, I can never pronounce this one, Jiu no Subasa by Linked Horizon. It's Attack on Titan season 1,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
second opening.
Oh, okay. The slower, more mellow.
Yeah, the more mellow one, like the one that. So this is when Eren finally like chooses to go to the Survey Corps, and they're getting ready to go for their
Yeah.
first expedition. This one like perfectly encapsulates like the theme of exploration. Like we're ready to go out there and look for stuff.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
So that's why I really like
Yeah.
this one.
I like how yours has like meaning behind it. Then I was like, I like it because it sounds cool.
Like I literally went through and like annotated everything like it was a dang novel or something.
Oh, that's
Okay,
awesome.
moving on. Number 7 is Kakai Kitan by Eve. This is Jujutsu Kaisen's first opening.
I
Like
think
this one is
okay.
just pure hype.
Wait, I think I've heard that one, and I would
Yeah,
probably I could say that it's on my playlist.
it's really good.
It's
It's
really
just
good.
pure hype.
Hmm.
It's animated really well too. Like I just get excited whenever I hear it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like the
moving
song
on,
too.
it's a really good song.
Hmm.
Moving on to number 8 is 99 by Mob Choir. This is Mob Psycho 100's first opening.
Oh, great
If you
show.
like one, yeah, great show. Have you
Great
seen
show.
it?
I not all the way. I've only seen like one fight, and I was just like,
Okay.
I want to
Yes.
see
If you
more.
if you like One Punch Man,
Definitely,
then you'll like Mob Psycho 100. It's the same guy,
it's the same. Yeah,
and
exactly. I was about to say.
the fights aren't as epic as One Punch Man, but I like the story more in Mob
Yeah,
Psycho
I mean,
100.
I think I was about to say like One Punch Man is more like action based rather than story.
Yes.
Like if you look at it, it's like
Right.
all nonsense. But Mob
Yeah.
Psycho, Shuri doesn't have that cool like badass of a fight scene, but
Right.
it's more
But the story is so
exactly.
funny and like it's way more intriguing to me.
Hmm.
I love Mob Psycho 100 and the first opening. Like I listen to it and it gets me hyped. Like I specifically listen to it before a baseball game, and
Hmm.
it gets me hyped for the game.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I have to listen to this before a baseball game.
All right.
And then finally is Make My Story by Lenny Code Fiction. This is My Hero Academia's fifth opening.
Fifth
So this is
opening.
like
Is that
season 3, the
okay?
second opening for season 3. This is the opening when Bakugo and Deku fight.
Okay. Okay. I like the opening for the first half of season 4.
Oh yeah, I forgot what it's called. It
I
starts with a P, I think.
Polaroid, I think.
But
I don't know.
Polaroid, there you go. Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
a really
sure,
good
yeah.
one.
I like that one. That was like, actually, that was the first song that I realized that My Hero Academia had songs for
Good
intros.
openings.
I was like, they have intros? How much? Then again, I watch it on
I'm always
Netflix
pressing
most of the time.
skip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
I'm
like
always pressing
because
skip.
it's always starting with Deku talking. I was just like, I don't care if this is the intro. I'm skipping it no matter what. And then I went back and I was like, yeah, I like the first opening for My Hero. I was like,
What are you
not
talking about?
what? Not Polaroid?
Openings?
Polaroid was my first one. I thought that was the first one. But yeah, My Hero is just like I never knew
Yeah.
about that
My
one.
Hero has some really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that, we'll move over to outros,
Mm-hmm.
so endings. And
Oof.
my sister and I, when we created this, we combined endings and soundtrack songs, just so then like we had 4 songs to fill this list with because we don't listen to as many endings.
Oh man, same here. I only have one, maybe two.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
I'll go through mine really quickly. How about
go
that?
for it. Go for it.
Okay. So number 1 is Hero 2. Are you all caught up, all the way caught up with My Hero?
I tried just watching season 5, and I just finished the. It was the fight between Class A and Class
B.
B. Is that the
Yeah.
whichever one with the
Yeah.
the the chick with the long big hands? I forgot.
Yeah, that's Class B.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just finished that
Okay.
entire fight, but that's it.
So here,
I kind of got bored. I don't know why.
yeah, season 5 for me is not nearly as interesting. It's the most boring season so far,
Oh
in
yeah,
my
for sure.
opinion.
Yeah.
But what's happening right now in the season is pretty cool. So
Hmm.
not to spoil anything for you, but I think you'll get more intrigued towards the end.
Not
But
gonna.
Hero 2, sorry, go
Okay.
ahead.
I was gonna say the only reason why I'm watching it is because I saw a clip of Eri in like Santa Claus outfit going to people
Yeah.
and saying trick or treat, and
Trick
I
or
that was
treat.
like wrong holiday. I was like,
Yeah.
I need to watch this
So
scene.
cute.
I'm gonna melt. I
You're,
need
you're
to
getting
watch
close.
it.
You're getting close. You're almost there.
Okay. I
Okay,
just
the
gotta
Hero
power through.
2 is the song. Hero 2 is the song that they sing in the school festival.
Oh, the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I have that on my playlist. Of course.
I love that song. I know
I
every single word to that one.
I used to not like it because of how cheesy it was. Then the more I listened, I was
Of
like,
course, but yeah.
this song is it's a banger song.
It like the
It's really
melody
good.
is nice.
Mhm.
The messaging is really
I
sweet.
like
I
the
mean,
story
it's a
behind
cute.
it.
Yeah,
Especially
the
with
story.
whatever her name
Yeah,
is.
with Jiro, like
Yeah.
her like resolve to be a hero,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's cheesy, but
It's
cheesy isn't
it's
necessarily a bad
I
thing.
the best. I not gonna lie. I would admit this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Seeing Eri have fun in that concert
Smile?
will
Yes.
never stop making me cry. I always cry every time I feel like I need a quick emotional release. Hero 2 performance. Watch that, cry,
It's so
and I'm done.
like that girl has been through so much and she deserves some happiness.
Exactly. Especially
Yes,
when Miro's like, "Sir, do you see her smile?" I was like, same Mirio, same. But yeah, Mirio is my guy.
great
Mirio's my
song.
guy.
Yes,
Great.
Mirio, Lemillion. Let's go.
Mhm.
Okay,
I have a
moving
figure
on.
right there. I think you can see it
Really?
right here. There's
Oh,
Deku.
sweet.
Almost right here. But it says we all for one fight. This is Lemillion with him kicking.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Yeah. But anyway,
Okay,
continue
moving
on.
on. Number 2 is Fukashi no Karte.
Okay.
It's from an anime called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Okay. That's a
It's
lot.
it's like a slice of life teen drama with some supernatural elements, but the song is like gorgeous. Like I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's really groovy.
All right.
Um, Number 3 is Itachi's theme. It's called from Naruto Shippuden. It's called Many Nights.
Okay.
It's really like befitting for his character, and the string melody is just like sublime. I always turn the song on when it's raining outside, and I imagine that like Itachi's out there somewhere, like kicking ass.
Kicking
It's done
ass.
really well. And then on that note for soundtracks, moving on to number 4 is Voices of the Past. It's a Demon Slayer soundtrack song. It's the song that plays like when Tanjiro first wakes up after Giyu knocks him out and he sees Nezuko with the muzzle on.
Oh, in the house?
Yeah, in the house,
Okay, yeah.
like after Giyu knocks him out and he wakes up and he sees that Nezuko is still alive and he says his final goodbye to he like buries his family and says his final goodbye to his family before he takes off with Nezuko. This is the song that plays.
Okay. Okay.
It's done really well. It's really haunting. It's really tranquil as well, and very fitting for. It sets the tone for what Demon Slayer would be. So that one's on there. And then number 5 is Lost in Paradise by Ollie. It's the Jujutsu Kaisen ending 1.
Okay.
It's really groovy. You can't find it on any streaming sites anywhere because they took it off because I think of some kind of controversy with one of the band members.
Of course.
Yeah.
That
it makes me so sad because the song is so groovy. Like, you can't help but dance to it.
Right.
You can find it on YouTube though, so I'll send you a link.
All right. Yeah.
And then
go for it.
Number 6 is the Ultra Instinct theme from Dragon Ball Super. Pure hype.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pure hype. Like, you can't help but get ready to like go kick some ass.
Exactly. Quick little tidbit here. Out of the top fight, Tournament of Power fights, who's this, out of the 3 Ultra Instincts moments anyway, which one would you say is your favorite fight?
The very first.
The very first. Mine is against Kefla.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
Why is that?
Only because he used the Kamehameha on his hand to grind on her blast, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I see.
So
you mean like in terms of fights, like which 3 Ultra Instinct fights?
Yeah. The first transformation was amazing.
The first transformation, like, it literally jaw-dropping. Mm-hmm. I could not believe what I was witnessing when I saw it. So that one definitely like had the most impact on me emotionally as a viewer watching it, because it was just something new, and it was way cooler than Super Saiyan God. I'm sorry. And it's like lazy. Aesthetic. It's Super Saiyan God's a bit. I mean, like, I like Super Saiyan God and that. Yeah, Blue is pretty lazy. God I can appreciate because it was something different.
Yeah.
Like, it made Goku really lean so he could move faster. I appreciated that as a power up. But Blue just felt lazy. Blue was
Blue's just Super Saiyan.
Blue is like, you have Blue is like, here you have all the powers of Super Saiyan God, but you're not thin. There you go. And it takes like zero time to power up. He just like goes.
I mean, at this point, that's with Dragon Ball characters.
Well, like that's where I distinguish it, like Super Saiyan Blue, differently from something like Ultra Instinct, where Ultra Instinct he needs time for it, and he can't command it from the get go. You know.
Yeah, he needs to be like on the brink of the
brink of death, like in a desperate situation.
Exactly.
That's why I like it.
Okay.
And then, moving on to number 7, whoever made the names for the Attack on Titan soundtracks, I don't know why they did what they did, but the name is called UC Big Girl /TT.
No way, that's the name of the song.
That's the name of the song. You can find it on Apple Music. You'll see it right then and there. But this is the song that plays in season 2 when the big reveal happens.
Oh, for Ymir.
Spoilers. Not for Ymir.
Oh.
Yeah, not for Ymir. Afterwards, with other 2 characters.
It's okay. This is a spoiler free. Yeah, we spoiled a lot of things here nowadays.
I'm so sorry.
No, like. Ever since Taylor and I started this show, we were like, should we be doing spoilers? I'm like, I don't know. Should we? So ever since then, we're just dropping. It's like, hey, remember this movie?
I will say, like, at this point, if you haven't seen Attack on Titan after everybody has been talking about it, and it's been years since season 2 has come out, at this point, I think it's safe.
For me, anything past 5 years is safe.
I think it's been 5 years.
Yeah, it's been.
It feels like it.
Yeah,
it's been pretty long.
Season 1 was.
Oh, anyway.
2014.
Yeah. Season 1, like
2012, 2013.
Season 1 was coming out when we were still in high school.
Yeah, because
and now we're like 25 and 26. Yeah. Time flies.
Time flies indeed. Anyway.
Yeah.
Continuing.
But that song, epic. Like, that song, totally epic. Whenever I listen to it, I can like imagine the scene unfolding before me. It's really good. And then number 8 is a song called Kesen Spirit. It's one of the endings for Haikyuu. It's just a really good song, really good feel good song, and like the animation surrounds Kyoko, the manager. It's really cute. And then finally number 9 is Kamado Tanjiro no Uta. It's the song from episode 19 of Demon Slayer.
Okay. Okay.
Like the episode of Demon Slayer.
Oh.
It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. Every time I listen to it, I imagine the scene happening.
Okay. Okay. There you go.
All right.
Unfortunately, I completely forgot to write my endings or my
It's all good.
soundtracks. But honestly, other than the ones that I'm not familiar with from your list, are pretty much the same thing. Like Hero
Yeah.
2, after reminding me
Remembering
about
it.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I like that song. Never mind, I like that song. That's one.
Yes.
Another one was the Ultra Instinct. You said that one's really good. I would add the One Punch Man theme, not the intro, but the just the heavy guitar riff.
Yes.
It's like not only like it helps you pump up as well. It's like you're getting hype along the way. Another one for me, I mean, I've mentioned it before. Gundam 00, both intros and outros are really good in my opinion. Demon Slayer had pretty good
opening and ending. Yeah.
Same with like Naruto. Naruto is just Naruto. All pretty much from like we said before. Naruto part 1 all the way to Boruto. Intros and outros are good.
The music quality is really good for all of them.
Exactly. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
To the video games section.
Yes. Here we go.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
My number 1, not in specific order by the way, because in my heart, all of these games are number 1.
Yes.
Number 1 is, actually this is the ultimate number 1. Spider-Man 2018.
Yes.
I beat this game. I love this game so much. I beat this game 3 days after release, and not just story beat. 100% beaten.
Completion. Wow, you beat it to completion. Impressive. Impressive.
Everyone questioned my sanity at that point. I was like, I just love Spider-Man. What can I say? I love Spider-Man.
I mean, like, I love the dedication.
I mean, if you're impressed by that, I did all of the Riddler trophies for all Batman games. So Arkham Asylum, City, Origins, and Night, all 100%, both normal and hard, and both I am new game plus, and
oh my god.
Yes. I mean, it was
love the dedication.
It was at the time where I had no life, no job. No.
Yes.
My video games is my thing, so yeah. Yep. So that's another one, the Arkham games.
Okay.
One of the best combat games action combat games I've ever played.
Agreed.
It fits very well with Batman. Same with Spider-Man. And you can tell that they took
their time, and they
took the influence from the Arkham games to implement to their fighting system. Halo 3 is also one of them. Like,
yes.
Hilariously enough, I did not play this game until in college, thanks to the Master Chief Collection. Shout out to Ryan for playing with me. That was my very first time. It was on Legendary, and we were going for skulls. Worst time of my life. But
how long did it take for you to beat the final driving mission?
Actually, I had my roommate drive us, I believe, and he did a
better
job. Because we played Halo 1 together, and of course Halo 1 had that racing scene as well.
Yes.
And he saw how bad I was driving that. And he was like, "Rainier, I saw how you play it. I'm gonna drive us to safety." I was like, "You know what? That's a better idea." Halo 2 is also on my number 1 spot, along with Halo 3, because that game is just beautiful. And I played that game multiple times. Another one is Final Fantasy VII. All of it. Of course, yes. I love it. If I can put waifus back in my list. I forgot about them. Aerith and Tifa.
Of course.
Yes, exactly. You know. But yes, ever since it's funny because when growing up, I did not care for Final Fantasy whatsoever. I hated Final
Oh,
Fantasy.
really?
It
Huh.
wasn't until I played the PSP version of Crisis Core.
Oh,
That
wow.
was my very first Final Fantasy. Actually, that's my second time, but the first time I beat one. And I was like, I'm interested with the story. I thought at the time there was a modern version of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
So I
I
was so
see.
upset that this is
Yeah, the
the
disappointment.
exactly. I was upset. It's so low grade. I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna play it, and I played it.
Yeah,
I beat it 6
and no
times.
regrets. Yes.
This is part of my no life era, so I 100% it. Oh my, no, this is long before that. This was during high school actually. I beat it 6 times. I have proof that I have a item that is completely mastered, and the numbers. It's like fully mastered materia. Have you played Final Fantasy VII, or at least know
No, I
about it?
haven't, but I know about it. I know so much about it because of my family.
So if you know the meme of Knights of Round, not
Yes.
only does it take 10 minutes to finish that one summon, it has millions upon millions of XPs just to master it. I
Ah.
have that mastered.
Oh. Again, we love the dedication.
Exactly. I mean I grew up with like a single game, so like
Right.
zombies. I'll play that forever and ever.
Yeah.
And this game that's coming up, Assassin's Creed 2, beat it 6 times
Oh,
with
yes.
different.
Wow.
Yep. I this one I didn't really do the treasure. I was pretty
Hmm.
much it wasn't the 100% guy yet. I just did
Yeah.
all the missions and that's it. All the races and such.
Okay.
You know. I mean, Assassin's Creed 2 was my intro to Assassin's Creed. It's
Yes.
amazing. I love Ezio. Put him up there at
Hmm.
the husbandos, dude. Put him up there. I'll give it to him. He's great. He's
Yes.
awesome. Same with Kratos. Put him up there.
Ah,
Even though he will
God of
probably
War.
fucking beat me up. God of War.
I'll chew you alive.
Specifically, as much as I love the original three, even though I only played the first two, or the first one and the third
Hmm.
one, more specifically God of War 4 for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so
Okay.
fun. It's so fun.
Admittedly, it's the only God of War I've played, but I agree. It is so
It's
fun.
it still works if you had no
Yes.
knowledge prior. It's a big revelation. Oh yeah, he's a Greek god. I was like, oh. At first, I thought it was gonna be a Nordic version of Kratos,
Hmm.
but I was straight up surprised that it is the
Yeah.
Kratos I grew
It's
up with.
the Kratos that we've been playing with. Yeah.
Exactly.
And he
Uh,
has a son now.
exactly.
It's different.
Yeah.
But like the story was done so well,
Oh
and
yeah.
they did a great job of integrating Kratos into the Nordic mythology to where like he never felt
Uh,
completely out of place
and
in the
then
game.
and even the characters were like, you're off. Can't put my finger where, but you're off. Even though
Yeah.
he looks super different.
Yeah. But I mean like they integrated him so well to the point where like I believed that he was there,
Yeah.
that he could walk around in like the Norse mythology
Yeah.
verse.
Next one on my list is another brutal character or brutal game, and it's Doom 2016.
Oh, yes.
So fun, multiplayer's fun,
Mhm.
single player's fun. Never played
Yeah.
Eternal, but I have Eternal. One day
Okay.
I'll play it. And last but not least, I think, yeah, is actually no. Before I say last but not least, the next one after Doom is Dead Space.
Oh,
Forever
okay.
and ever love Dead
Yes.
Space. Dead Space
Fury
1, Dead
game.
Space 2.
Yes.
I'm upset that the new Dead Space game is a reboot instead of
Uh,
a
in addition, like a
revival.
sequel, yeah.
We need a sequel.
Yes.
Anyway, I love Dead Space. Much like actually this one I didn't really dedicate as much time, but
Mhm.
I played the game multiple times now, and Dead Space 2 is still the best, and the eye mini game is still the cringiest one because it's disgusting and it looks so painful. Anyway, last but not least for my list, that's not on my list that I just now added. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
As much as I'm just gonna say this, and I will say that I played majority of the games because
Yeah.
I have 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and 3.
Wow.
I have the first two for PS3, and then the other two for the PS4. And I played
Yeah, I
almost
mean,
all
like,
of them. It's fun. I
yeah,
like it. I
it's
like
fun. It's Final Fantasy meets Disney. Like, what else?
exactly.
What else could you ask for?
I actually go. It's funny enough. Uh, I had a friend back in middle school who had that game, and I was like, "Ooh,
Hmm.
I want to play this game," but it was only like a date thing, and we didn't really do much of that. So he brought
Yeah.
him, like he took it back. I was like, "Oh, I wonder what game that was." Later found out Kingdom Hearts 2. Played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 2 is still the best. 2 is still the
Yes.
best. 3, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I will say, like, I guess with three, it truly is a mid game, but I think so many people were so excited and hyped for it that the hype was too big that it would inevitably disappoint people. You know?
I was heavily disappointed by the Frozen World, Arendelle.
Mm.
That one just felt completely unfinished.
Yeah.
Like
Rushed.
the random castle, the
Yeah.
random place, and then the fact that no one spoke from the series. Did you see Han,
Yeah.
but you don't see his face? I was just like, that's weird. But later,
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
yeah, it's just overall weird. I was about to say, I think I found I remember listening something about the reason why it's like that, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just Frozen. The Frozen world is just really weird. It's just like super unfinished. But yes, other
Yeah.
than that, Kingdom Hearts 2, Battle of the
Yes.
Heartless, 1000 Heartless,
Okay.
best part. Anyway, that is my list. What about
Okay.
yours?
Okay. From the get go, I will say, like, I am a Nintendo at heart.
I'm a I'm
I
a
love.
I'm a Sony slut. I'm a
I
Sony slut.
love. Yes, I love my single player games. I get like so anxious, and I whenever I play anything with multiplayer because I feel the need to perform, and I will feel like so upset if I let my team down, which I inevitably will because I suck at video games, but I love playing them anyway. But I'll start off with my number one, which is Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Explorers of Time, specifically.
I've never played any of the dungeon games, but it's
Hmm.
Pokemon. I'm a platinum guy,
Yes.
but deep down I'm a heart gold soul silver
Heart
guy.
Gold, Soul Silver. Those are great too. I mean,
That's
like
my favorite.
I love the Gold and Silver games because you can go through two regions, so
Exactly,
it's the
exactly,
longest game. So you
exactly.
get the most bang out of your buck with that game. But
Exactly.
the Mystery Dungeon games, it's I don't know what the name of this game style is, but it's like that Fire Emblem style game where like you move one tile at a time and attack.
Ah,
So you like the story for Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, Explorers of Time specifically, gets me every time. Like
okay.
I love the story so much and I get so invested every single time I played it. I played this game maybe like 9 times by now. And every single time, even though I know what's gonna happen, it gets me.
Mhm. Yep,
So
I
like
know that feeling.
gameplay mechanics aside, I this is number one for me purely for the story.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. And then on to number two, Halo Reach.
One day, one day.
Okay, yes.
ODST just took so much out of me that I don't want to pick up Halo for now. Halo ODST was, and Taylor, if you're watching, I don't know how you do it. ODST sucks. I'm sorry, but it sucks.
I like it's not the most exciting
It's
of
not.
the of like all the Halo campaigns. It's not the most exciting, but I appreciate what it was trying to do.
Yeah, it was in an inner city, and it's not cheap.
Right.
But at the
And
same
like
time, I'm just like, do I really have to walk around the city? just to play a new character.
Right. Like, yeah, I totally agree. The mechanics and the gameplay itself wasn't exciting, but I appreciated that it tried to do something different with the story, and that like Master Chief being a Spartan, you have all these certain strengths about you. You have your shield, you have the bigger guns and whatnot, but when you're just
better armor overall,
right? The better armor and the better shield. So they added a layer of difficulty with Halo ODST being just a normal soldier. You don't have that bulky defense with you anymore. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess.
They tried something different with ODST.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that I had to walk across the city just to
I know.
Talk to someone.
I know, like when it flips back and forth between like the actual story and then like walking around the city to find the remnants of what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
It was boring. I can see that. But with Halo Reach, I like the character. I think it's the perfect medium. Right. Like, it's a perfect medium between that.
Yeah, I played like 30 minutes of it. The characters are more interactive.
Yes, and, more interactive. You have all the strengths of being a Spartan. You have and you can customize your Spartan, which is really cool. I love that aspect about the game. But like, you play with like new characters every single time, and everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. The missions that you go on are so much more engaging, in my opinion. It honestly, like, it was a toss up between Reach and 3 for me at this point for Halo, because Halo 3, I played that one so many times. Like, I went through a whole summer where I played that one every single day with my brother. And I just have good memories with it. But the story of Reach, I'll say was top notch. So I'll put that one on my list.
For me, I only like Halo 3 because the famous line, "I will finishing this fight." I was just like, yes, I have to play 3. I have to play 3 now, just to finish the fight.
Are you excited for Halo Infinite?
Yeah. I need to play 5. I still haven't played 5.
Ah, okay. Yeah. What did you think of 4?
I didn't like the guns. The noise it makes it sound gloppy.
Really? I kind of like it. I'll disagree with. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll disagree with that one on that one.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to replay the game.
I think aesthetically the new guns were really cool.
I like the colors. It's just like white and orange. It looks great.
Yeah, it's like aesthetically it looks really cool when you pick it up and the scope comes out and levitates over. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a different alien type of gun. You
know? Right, it was something different.
It's just the sound for me.
It's all good.
It's just the sound.
I guess I haven't played it in a while. I need to play it again and listen to the sound. But
I mean, all I know is in Halo 2, I don't know what they did to the energy sword in the remaster. Why does it sound like that? I don't know. It was more badass in the original.
I agree.
Anyway.
Okay. Moving on, my number 3, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
It's a game I really want to play.
It's so good. Like, I have poured so many hours into this game. I have replayed this game 3 times now.
Are you excited Are you excited for the sequel?
Yes, so excited. Especially like after they teased the new area and the new abilities that they're gonna give Link. I'm hoping on top of the already existing abilities. I mean, I love Breath of the Wild because it gives so much freedom to the player. It's an open world game, obviously, but I mean, it's the first of its kind for the Legend of Zelda franchise, and this was like the first open world game I've played where it lived up to the concept of being open world. Like, you could literally do anything and climb anything. You like the possibilities are like limitless.
That's what a lot of my friends say. It's like, when if you like open world games and you want to play a Zelda game, go play Breath of the Wild. I was like, all right, cool.
And I like it too because with Breath of the Wild, with game mechanics, they give you all the tools you need right from the beginning. So all of the runes and different abilities that you would need to complete the game, they give you all 4 of them right from the bat. And then from there, you could go face the final boss if you wanted to and skip the entire story.
Okay.
And
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who try and do that, but like, again, it goes back to giving freedom back to the player, and it was the most fun I've had with the Legend of Zelda game in a while. Like, that one, top notch.
The only Zelda game I played was Ocarina of Time.
Oh, a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On the 3DS though.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried to do the water temple without a guide, and I put down the game.
Big mistake.
I finished. I finally finished the temple with a guide. I put down the game, and did not touch it for like a month.
It took your soul out of you.
I was like, why?
It's always the water temple that gets
why
you.
It's water? And here's the best part. I thought I found out I figured out how to get out or how to do the temple.
Mm-hmm.
But next thing I know, I'm just going back and forth.
Yep.
Same two
in
places.
Circles.
I was like, why? How? I have everything. But that's when I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna grab a guide. And follow it.
There's no shame. There's no shame in asking for help.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When you need it. That's a strength, in fact.
Then I put down the game for a month. And then after a month, after a lot of people telling me that I should pick up the game again, I was like, okay, fine, I'll finish it. Mm-hmm. But don't think I won't complain about Water Temple, even though I'm done with it.
The Water Temple in Ocarina of Time is like infamous. It's memed to death at this point how difficult the Water Temple is.
I thought it was just like, you know how like when you're a kid, some games are like hard, then you go back to it. Like, once you're older, it's like, it's not that hard. What the heck am I saying?
The Water Temple is hard.
Yeah. It's confusing. You get lost within 2 seconds.
Yes.
It's just like, and it's just crazy. I hate the Water Temple. It's the worst.
Agreed.
It's the worst. Anyway, enough of Water Temple rant.
Okay. Moving on to number 4, Bioshock Infinite.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like a sucker for that, like, dimension hopping, like, butterfly effect. Oh, what if this happened? Or what if we chose this and then this whole timeline of events would happen and then they would hop through the dimensions? Like, Bioshock Infinite did that perfectly. And then, not to mention the twist at the end, the big reveal. I don't know if you've played it.
I played like the first 30 minutes of it and I'm just like...
Okay. Have you played the other Bioshock games?
I played first. The first one. The first one's really
That's
good.
All you need.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
Was the twist about Rapture?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I know about that. I was about to say, like, there was a twist. What was the twist? I don't remember the twist, and I've read about Infinite so many times now. Then okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
It was
but like, the story was perfect. The single player, like, experience of Bioshock Infinite, I think, was just outstanding. Mm-hmm. And it was a really ambitious game story-wise. Because if you're dimension hopping, I can imagine how confusing it would be. But I don't think that Bioshock Infinite made it confusing. They tried to make it as simple as possible, and I can appreciate that.
Okay.
So that's definitely on there. And then number 5, this is gonna be really normie of me. Animal Crossing New Horizon. It's the newest one that just dropped. I mean, like, I've played all the Animal Crossings, and I can recognize that New Horizons doesn't offer the same, like, options that you can do versus something like New Leaf, which was the, like, 3DS version.
Okay.
But I have poured so many hours into New Horizons that if I did not put it on this list, then all that time would have been for nothing. So it made the list.
It's crazy.
I've put like 500 hours into that game at this point.
I was about to say, the amount of things I have seen people put on that game, I was just like, okay, that's cool. Like Max, I had him use one of my monitors, and we were just gaming out. He was showing me his island, and I was like, man, you did all of this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's like, I thought Minecraft was a lot of work. No, that one, I feel like, after seeing his island, I was just like, that's a lot of work.
There are some, because you have to do everything manually, and there's so many, like, gorgeous islands out there that had to have taken, like, over 1,000 hours to complete, honestly. But, like, when Animal Crossing came out, it came out at the perfect time. It came out on March 26, 2020.
Oh.
Right when lockdowns began, and we had nothing to do at home. So we had nothing but time to dedicate to this game.
Pure dedication
so
to Animal Crossing.
Purely out of coincidence, it came out right when everybody had all the time in the world on their hands, and I guess it like added to my experience.
Is it really coincidence?
I know. Nintendo planned this from the beginning.
They knew about the quarantine. All right,
yep.
all right, everyone. We gotta drop this game this date. Why?
Yes.
Lockdown happens after that. Literally.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
Okay, moving on. Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, I'm terrible at Mario Kart.
Really?
I am
awful.
Man. Like,
it's like the one racing game I'm good at.
It's like the one racing game I'm awful at. I was like, how? I played a game like this before. How am I so bad?
For me, it's the one racing game I'm good at because it's the simplest. You just you take your stick and you turn it left and you press R to drift. That's all you need.
Yeah, and
I don't need like an X button to like press NOS or something. I don't know. You need like X to throw a shell. That's about it. True. You just have to know when to throw it.
Yeah,
but Double Dash specifically.
Well, why Double Dash?
Because Double Dash, you play like 2 people are on one car, so you play with 4 people. And this was like an awesome party game that it tested your teamwork with your family and friends, and it like raised the competitiveness with everybody else. And I have such fond memories with this game. So like the way it works is you have one person who's the driver and then one person who's like the item master.
Okay, so I have played this one. And
yes, this is the one on GameCube.
Oh wait, GameCube.
Yeah.
Because I played something similar, but it was on the Switch. I might be thinking of something else then. Never mind.
I mean, there's only one Mario Kart for the Switch, and that's Mario Kart 8, and that's a single player. But Mario Kart Double Dash, you like play with 2 people, like 2 separate people are controlling one car. It is so much fun.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else then. But yeah.
It's really good. If you ever get an opportunity to play it with like your friends and family, totally go for it. It's a lot of fun. Moving on.
Unfortunately, the only Nintendo system I have is a Wii.
Is the Switch?
No.
Oh, the Wii?
I don't even have a Wii, and I want a Wii. I mean, a Switch.
Oh.
Getting confused
I see.
Now. I have a Wii.
See.
I don't have a Switch, but I want a Switch. There we go.
Totally would recommend the Switch. I think it's the most versatile gaming system that Nintendo's come out with.
Yeah, my sister is actually offering me hers because
she said
that it's a light, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't really play it." I mean, she has
totally
Zelda.
Did the same thing.
She has Zelda, and she was like, "Yeah, it's fun, but I don't know what to do with it." I was like,
"Oh,
sounds about right."
Just send it to me.
I'll take it.
Okay, moving on to number 7 is WarioWare on DS.
Wow.
Yes. This is like out of left field. Not many people know about this game.
I didn't even know about it.
So they're coming out with a new one for Switch. Yeah. So it's a bunch of mini games all in one. So it's like the best. It was my favorite game to play when I needed to waste time. Like if I needed to burn 2 hours at like the snap of a finger, WarioWare, because you just get so lost in trying to complete everything and set your new records and stuff. That it was so much fun. And I have a lot of memories playing this as a kid in summer camp with all my friends. And I'm so happy that they're coming out with a new one for the Switch.
Okay.
It's really fun. I totally would recommend it if you're like on a plane and you need to like be occupied on something to pass time, WarioWare. It's super engaging.
Okay. If only they would release Android stuff. I don't have it.
I know.
I have a 3DS. But that's it.
I mean, the WarioWare game is on DS, so you can play it on 3DS if you can find it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. I guess
it was really fun. You had to move stuff with your stylus. It was totally innovative for its time and very underrated in my opinion. I loved it.
Okay.
And then number 8, Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
That's another one I wanted to play.
Yeah. It's like cool. Like storyline wise, it's very similar. It has a lot of similar beats to Ocarina of Time. It's just edgier. Yeah. That's about it. It's just an edgier Ocarina of Time. But the reason why it's on this list is because it was my first Legend of Zelda game. Mm-hmm. It's the one that got me into the franchise.
Yeah, that's true. You always have that one game.
Yes. it's very. I have like, I guess we all have very sentimental attachments to our first, and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was my first.
My first is actually my very first video game ever was Spyro 2 Ripto's Race.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Game.
one.
It was awesome. I played the living daylights out of it. So much so I bought all three when I finally got a PS3. I bought all three Spyro games, finished all of them, and then I found out I bought them on the wrong account, and I don't have that account anymore, so I cannot play it anymore. I'm so sad.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, my number 9, Outlast. I love watching other people play horror games.
Mm-hmm.
I try to play them myself, but I get so scared, especially because I insist on playing them late at night.
Yeah.
Outlast is one of the few that I've played, and it gets me every single time.
Oh man, I have Outlast now, and I keep telling myself, Renew, you're gonna touch it, you're gonna touch it. But at the same time, I'm like, Renew, you can't even beat Alien Isolation. How are you gonna survive Outlast? I was just like,
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah, Outlast, they do such a great job of like establishing the mystery and the world building of the asylum. And god dang, is it not a scary experience running away from everybody?
Yeah. Everything is just... That game, I remember seeing a little bit of the game, and I'm just like, no, I am out.
Yeah.
Only crazy people would ever do this in real life.
Yep.
Like, go to a random asylum to document something. I don't even know the story.
Yeah, so like the story is so you play as a journalist who gets a tip about this mental asylum who has like malpractice in the asylum. So he takes it upon himself to sneak into the asylum and document it for himself so he can write a piece on it. And then little did he know that he finds himself like embroiled in like just some fuck shit that's happening in the asylum. It's insane. Like I can't quite describe how horrific some of the things that you witness in this game are.
Oh, I can picture them quite clearly, even though you were just talking about the base game, like no description whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was like, I've read so many things about it. Now I'm just like, it's weird, but okay. It fits the aesthetic, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's the game with the weird ending, right?
Yeah, it has a really strange, like out of left field ending that I was not anticipating.
A lot of people were upset about it too.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed with the ending, at least with the base game.
Yeah.
And then they came out with a DLC called Outlast, like Whistleblower. The ending for that one, I think, made up for the ending of the first game.
Was it the first game? I thought that was the second game.
So Whistleblower is the DLC to the first game. And so I think the ending for Whistleblower made up for the faults of the ending of the first game, of the original game. Okay. And then there's an Outlast 2. The ending for that one I really enjoyed.
Oh, you played it
I thought that one was really trippy. Yes.
Okay.
So, like, on Switch, they offered a $40 bundle for, like, all 2.5 games. I was like, heck yes. This is my chance.
It's hilarious because Steam did that too. Everything was like $5. I was like, okay.
Sure, yes.
All of them is now in my library, and one day I will touch them. Maybe. I don't know.
They're a lot of fun. Like, it still gets to me to this day.
Yeah, have you ever tried Amnesia?
No, I've never tried it, but I know all about it.
So I played a little bit of it, and a little spoiler here. There was a room with an invisible enemy, and I don't know what to do with it. I was like, what? Okay, I'm give up. Then the same with Alien Isolation. It's funny because both of them were the very first monster encounter too. And on Alien Isolation, I just don't know if I could outrun the alien, you know? So I'm just like running for my life, and next thing I know, I'm getting attacked. Now I just meme about it because, like, nowadays, if I'm, like, I'll do a couple of runs, I can beat it, okay, that's fine. I'll grab a wrench, go up to the alien, whack it in the head, get attacked right away, dead. Like, oh, that doesn't work, oh well.
Yep.
Or get stuck
there
in
goes my plans.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway,
All right.
so that is pretty much
Let's move on.
the video
Yeah.
games. That was a lot.
Yep. Yep.
So
Should we move on to movies?
we could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm still good. We're currently at 2 hours in, so I'm still good. However much longer you have time.
I can probably go to 11 because honestly, I still haven't eaten dinner.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, we can finish early. We can wrap it up as much as. Oh, okay. It's pretty much close to 11 now. All right. Let's go through movies real quick then, shall we?
Yes.
I'll let you start us off there.
Oh, okay. I don't think any of these will be a surprise, honestly.
Let's hear it.
So number one, Lord of the Rings.
Of course, I should.
All of them. It's all one movie, all one 15-hour-long movie to me.
Yeah.
I have to watch it all in one go.
Lord of the Rings is a single movie. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Extended version, of course.
Extended version, of course.
Of course.
So I think that one needs no explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one needs no explanation. And then number two, I think you and I can both agree on this one, Interstellar.
Oh, and you put it at number 2. Oh, yes. I put it at number 2 as well. Even though my list doesn't have any ranking whatsoever. It's also my number 2. Hell yeah.
It's my favorite Chris Nolan movie. It's the most like emotional Chris Nolan movie.
Yes.
I recognize like it's not in the traditional film sense, it's not his best work, and I think it would have been a perfect movie if they didn't do like the whole love is the fifth dimension thing.
I was fine with the whole. I was so into the whole movie that I was actually fine with that ending, because at this point they wrote themselves into a wall, and they need something. Right. They need an. I mean,
like I
loved
loved the ending. It worked. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, Anne Hathaway's little like spiel about, I don't know, maybe love is the fifth dimension. How else would I know to go to this planet where the guy I love is there? Maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. Yeah, I don't know. That part was a bit cheesy, but it's still an amazing movie.
Yeah, it did come out like the final third, like literally the final. I won't say final, like 30 minutes before the final 30 minutes. There we go.
Yeah.
It's where it's like cheesy because at that point, you're trying to get the main guy out, back to us.
Yes.
So in my opinion, it could have been better, but I'm satisfied with.
I'm still so satisfied watching this movie. I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I still remember. I will still cry at that part when they found out they pretty much miscalculated their timing, and now they're 23 years into the future. Yeah,
and he's watching back all of the video messages that he gets.
Never
I agree. The part that always gets me is at the very end when he sees Murph in the hospital bed, and he's like, how did you have faith that I would come back? And she's like, my dad promised me. Oh my god, it makes me cry every time. The first time I ever watched this movie, I watched it with my dad. I was sobbing so hard, and after the movie, I turned to my dad and I gave him a big hug and said, Dad, you better not go to space. Like, that movie, that scene alone left such a big impression on me.
For me, I watched the very first time I watched the movie, I had a headache. Like, I was like sleep deprived. I still watching the movies. Bad scene, still love the movie.
Yep.
Still love the movie. I was like, yes. But yeah.
Agreed.
Interstellar, the best film.
Interstellar. Agreed. Moving on, number 3. I don't know if you'll judge me for this. Logan.
Why would I judge you for that? That is a great movie.
A great movie. My favorite comic book movie of all time, if only because it's more a drama than it is a comic book movie.
Yeah. I'd say it's also a very fitting end to
Hugh Jackman's
run as
the end of an era. Mm-hmm. And I guess for me, I'm not somebody who places a lot of emphasis on the theater, the whole theater experience. But I watched this film in theaters, and let me tell you, I'm watching it in theaters with a bunch of college students, and at the end, I am the only one sobbing my eyes out, surrounded by a bunch of dudes, but I could not care. Like, the moment the credits started rolling, I literally went like this and started sobbing uncontrollably into my hands. And, people had to escort me out of the theater because I couldn't even function.
It's funny you say that because I went with someone who took LSD right before that, and he was tripping balls the entire movie. I see him shaking. He's looking left and right, and then I'm just like, and then as soon as the movie ended, he stood up and left. I was like, this guy didn't even wait for me.
You didn't even watch. You didn't say anything to me.
Exactly. He just stood up and left. I was like, okay, good, dude. Later. Then I went to the bathroom after typical fashion. I go to the bathroom and I step outside.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Dude, bro, where are you? Where have you been?" I was like, "Dude, chill. It's been like not even 5 minutes. God damn." He's like, "Dude, it feels like 2 hours." I was like,
"Of course."
We were watching a movie. Oh yeah, that's right. Then we got on my car. A friend of mine showed up. I was talking to him through his side of the window, like my trip ball, my ball Steve,
yes.
my friend. My friend who's in a different car said, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna be driving by." And as soon as the word "by" hits, as soon as that word went to my friend's ear, he looked up and said "bye" and started rolling the windows.
Oh.
I was like, my friend was like, "I guess bye." It's like, I'm sorry, man. I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
I'll text you about it.
Oh man. Damn.
Yeah, I told him about it later. It's like, yeah, I was talking to my friend and you rolled up the windows on us. She was like, my bad, bro. I didn't know. I was like, it's okay. You were tripping balls. But yes, that was my Logan experience.
Oh.
It was
two very different experiences.
I mean, I shed a tear. Because
yes.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes. The end of an era. Like, exactly. I don't think a more perfect, maybe if he was shorter, a more perfect Logan would exist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's too tall. He's too tall
to be Logan.
Wolverine is my height.
I mean, like, okay, I can forgive it because it's Hollywood, and Hugh Jackman is such, like, he fits the aesthetic. He has the acting chops. Mm-hmm. He's great as the character. Mm-hmm. If only he were a little shorter, then he'd be perfect.
Just cut off half of his shins, and we'll call it even. But anyway, Logan.
Okay, moving on.
Number 3.
Logan, and then number 4, Kill Bill, the first one.
I love the first one.
Well, I mean, so okay, here I literally wrote this: sword fighting, blood, Japanese shit, revenge. What more could I ask for?
And was it that one that had the anime intro for a bad guy or for Lucy Liu's character?
Yes, that's the first one.
So
good.
So good.
Like, I no more to say about Kill Bill.
Okay.
And then moving on, number 5, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Of course.
I love that movie. Such a place in my heart. Number 6, The Sandlot.
Oh wow. Wait, that's baseballs. Yeah,
it's a baseball movie. So like it's the one with like a bunch of. Have you ever heard the saying, "You're killing me, Smalls"?
Yes.
That's from this movie.
Yes, I know that phrase because my old roommate always says that to me every time I say something stupid or do something stupid. He'll be like, "You're killing me, Smalls." I was like, "Where's that from?" Damn it!
I feel
from
The Sandlot. Yes.
Like, it's from The Sandlot. You never said. I was like, yes, I've seen it. It's been a while.
Yep.
But yes.
It's a movie I grew up watching. I'm a big baseball fan, and it's my favorite baseball movie. I'm sorry, but Field of Dreams was so boring. I'm just gonna say that right now. But I mean, like, it's a comfort movie. Yep. It's a comfort movie. It's something I can always go back to whenever I'm feeling down. If I need something lighthearted, The Sandlot.
Yeah.
And then on a completely different note, number 7 is Whiplash.
Little story for that one. I kept suggesting it to I had a coworker who was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a good movie." I was like, "Yo, go watch this very, very wholesome movie." What's it called? Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Go watch it. She watched the trailer and came back to me. It's like, "How is that wholesome?"
Wholesome.
I was like, "What? You're not motivated to learn more?
You're not motivated to say fuck you and keep going?
Are you rushing?" Or are you dragging?
Dragging!
Oh,
I mean, like, that scene, like, this movie does a great job of, like, immersing you into, like, a very small world. Like, you felt like you were in the room when Fletcher was doing his thing.
Oh, man.
Like, it was the most tense movie I've watched. And it's not even, like, the most engaged, like, there's nothing physically happening that, like, is
It's
so exciting, but
it's
it still made me so tense.
yeah, it's the movie that sold me to Miles Teller.
Yes,
Like
like you.
he was in other movies, and I was just like,
Hmm.
he's. I feel.
He's okay.
Oh no, I thought he was awful,
Oh, okay.
especially
Oh, from
in
like Fan Four Stick.
Van Forstick. Other than the Grimm, the thing, Ben Grimm, everything in the
Yeah,
movie was bad.
awful.
Also, in Divergent, he was a
Oh
douchebag.
yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I watched it. I had the book with me while I was watching the movie because I thought I could finish it before him. But
Ah,
he was awful now. And then I watched Whiplash,
uh,
thinking that it's gonna be garbage. No,
right.
it was beautiful.
Absolutely
He
killed
was
it.
great. He was
Or he
amazing.
was awesome. To me, he was like robbed of an Oscar nomination for that role.
Uh huh.
He absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, okay, and then number 8, Hot Fuzz. Like, I know this is a like unpopular opinion, but it's my favorite movie in the Cornetto trilogy.
Hot Fuzz is indeed.
Okay,
No, actually, I would say this. People are now realizing how good Hot Fuzz is.
I
Much,
agree.
much better than Sean.
Yes, I agree. Like, it's to me, it's just as funny as Shaun of the Dead, but the story is 10 times
Mhm.
better.
Mhm.
Because the mystery that you follow throughout the movie gets weirder and weirder, and then the final twist at the end was so funny to me.
Mhm.
I loved it. I thought like the writing for Hot Fuzz was so good, better than Shaun of the Dead, and
In,
it's my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy.
in my opinion, Shaun of the Dead just rode along the hype train for zombie movies. So
I agree.
it's just like it was at the perfect
Yeah,
timing. But like you said, Hot Fuzz is much deserving of recognition. It's so good.
agreed. Yes. And then finally for my number 9, the Da Vinci Code.
Oh wow! Now
Yeah,
that's a
I love,
surprise.
really, I love like treasure hunting, clue finding movies. I wish that there were more of them in the world. And I'm not religious, but I have like a strange fascination with Christian theology,
Mhm.
and like this movie just combined the two. Like
Yeah.
the whole Dan Brown series of books combines the
Mhm.
two, and it also has Tom Hanks. Like, what
Yeah.
more could I ask for?
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why I was surprised is because I honestly thought not a whole lot of people know that movie because Angels and Demons came out, no one knew
Hmm.
about it either. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I read that book once
Ish.
ish,
A long time ago.
long time ago. But yeah, I'll watch it. I watched it with a couple of friends. One of them walked out for Terminator. I was like, yeah, better.
Oh,
I mean, it's a salvation, so I was like, whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, that's my experience with. I mean, I love the Vinci Code, like you said. Same
Yes.
thing, treasure hunting, and then the implementation of the.
Of the
Mhm.
theology. Yeah,
It's just very fitting.
I agree. And like the revelation at the end for the Da Vinci Code, I thought was really creative.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I love that movie. I will always go back to it.
Okay. Oh man, after listening to yours, I might have to change some things. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, much like my anime choices, you will
Hmm.
notice a pattern here. So I'll
Okay.
start it off with Spider-Man 2. Sam
All
Raimi's
right.
Spider-Man 2
Yes.
is still the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
Yes.
One because I didn't even realize this till recently. It touched Peter's depression, like slow descent to depression, and it's
Hmm.
really evident like that he was depressed. He's not keeping up.
Unhappy, yeah.
He unhappy with his job, life, yeah, all sorts of things,
Right.
and unhappy that he has this responsibility of being a hero, and then at the end
Hmm.
he accepted it. He feels a lot better, especially with
Yeah.
3. He's like everyone's cheering for him and such. For me,
Yeah.
that was just like Spider-Man 2 was just perfect, especially with him accepting the fact that he doesn't want to do something anymore. He
Right.
lost the passion. Number 2, of course, like I said earlier, Interstellar.
Interstellar.
So good, so good. and I never thought I would see Matt Damon in it. That is my ongoing joke.
That was, yeah, I remember, like, when he showed up, I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Unfortunately, the first time I saw him come out of that pod, the first thing I thought was, oh my god, it's Mark. I was like, wait, no, it's Matt Damon.
Oh no, it's not Marky Mark.
It's not
it's
Marky
Matt
Mark,
Damon.
It's Matt Damon. It's Matt Damon. Yeah, I was like, I was like, wow, they talked about Dr. Man like once, name dropped him once in the movie before that. And then all of a sudden, here's Dr. Man. Woo!
And he's like, Dr. Man. Not only Dr. Man, it's Matt freaking Damon who plays him. And they kept him a secret. He was in like zero of the promotion for it.
Exactly,
like,
no trailers.
It was such a wild, like.
No pictures in the movie itself, just a name drop. Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
In my opinion, that was like I wouldn't say a best well kept secret, but it's just like a really well done.
Yeah, a really well done twist, like
exactly.
reveal. I love it.
I love it too. Number 3, Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
Here's my story with it, and my reason. I actually used to hate this movie.
Of course. It was very polarizing.
It was the very first time I watched it. I thought it was the worst Superman movie I've ever seen. I thought Superman Returns was better. But I decided to give it another try a few years later because I have the Blu-ray. And I was just like, it's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. Then the more I watch it, the more I see the similarities that Zack Snyder has been trying to, tell people about Superman. I was like, okay, this movie is good. It has good, in my opinion, it has good visuals.
Yes, of course, it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah, of course. Story maybe, clean it up a bit because they do, Zack Snyder tried to copy Batman Begins.
Agreed.
Yeah, so with here's the present, here's the past, here's the present, here's the past.
Yes.
The time traveling storytelling is just not work. Did not work out for him, in my opinion. That was one of the biggest things I was kind of upset about. It's not so much on the fact that he was jumping back and forth. More like I did notice that he tried to I wouldn't say copy, but tried to take that idea from Nolan and put it in his work too, thinking that it might work.
Right.
So it just didn't work.
I think what happened is The Dark Knight was so successful, and The Dark Knight Rises had just ended, and so DC and Warner Brothers wanted to capitalize on that. So they wanted to keep the streak going. So I think the studio had a lot of influence on the way Man of Steel was written to emulate the style of the Nolan Batman trilogy. And I mean, like, I watched a few Zack Snyder films, and visually you can't beat somebody like Zack Snyder. I think he's one of the best visual directors. He nails the aesthetic, and
he knows
I mean,
symbolisms.
Yes, but to me, he's like one of the weaker writers. Yeah, in my opinion.
I didn't really enjoy BVS. Justice League was okay. Like, there are cool moments, but you can definitely cut the movie from 4 hours to maybe 2 hours and still feel like a Justice League movie. And you need Joss Whedon to fix it up.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like for me, whenever I watch his movies, there's like a sense of, I don't know, I feel like he's just not as smart as he thinks he is when it comes to his writing. Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I say that as somebody who enjoyed Man of Steel from the beginning. I mean, like, I liked it.
Yeah. Man of Steel, in my opinion, is just like, that intro was really well done. I like how it sets up the tone. Yes. So I like it. Anyway, 4 is Jurassic Park.
Ooh, excellent
Jurassic
choice.
Park has been my number 1 90s movie. Actually.
Oh, that's a great choice.
Okay, I might have to lie about that in a bit here.
Okay.
because the next one is T2 Judgment Day.
Oh, that's a great one too. I definitely see the theme going on here.
I freaking love. Oh, you might think you see the theme, but we'll keep on going.
Okay, all right.
But yes, I really do love Judgment Day. It's one of, actually, it's the only good. It's the only good Terminator for me. But
okay, I can respect that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This upcoming ones, you will definitely notice a pattern here.
Okay.
Following up Judgment Day is Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes.
Iron Man is so fun. It's so grounded. Who would have thought that this man will beat an alien, in 20 years?
And who would have thought that movie alone would set up a multi-billion-dollar universe?
Exactly.
Like, nobody could have predicted that the Marvel Cinematic Universe would be what it is today when that movie came out. It was a college project,
according to Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
He didn't like it because of how amateurish they were handling it.
Oh, wow.
It's so good. That's another reason why it's on top of it, because of the budget they had. Looking back, you can definitely tell that the CGI is dated. Not too outdated, but it's just like, you'll notice the difference from nowadays.
Right. The CGI doesn't age as well as, say, something like Endgame.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's expected. That's expected when, like, there's a 10-year difference between the movies.
Exactly. And it's, like I said, it's actually my favorite MCU movie of all time. Which brings up my number two, second place of the MCU spot.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Actually, this and Iron Man always flip-flop for me.
Oh, yeah?
It always flip-flops. Every time someone asks me, what's your favorite MCU movie?
Mm-hmm.
Captain America and Iron Man. That's it.
Great choices.
Mm-hmm. I don't even have to explain it. It's the Winter Soldier. It's so good.
It's Sebastian Stan. Exactly. What else could I ask for?
Exactly. Following that up is my number 3 spot on my MCU list. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy
my
Volume
favorite.
1 is so good. It's so good.
I agree.
The soundtrack, I listen to it like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Same here. They did a great. I mean, like,
it's such a good playlist.
They did a great job of, like, accumulating aesthetic, like, sound wise, the perfect aesthetic for the movie. And I think Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess one of the main criticisms of the Marvel movies are that they interject humor in, like, the worst times.
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy did it perfectly. Like, the perfect amount of humor at the perfect time.
As I say that Guardians 1 is one of my favorite MCU movies, Volume 2 is one of my least favorite movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Like it, but it's just a filler to me. It didn't really add to anything other than Gamora and Nebula's relationship with one another. Other than that, everything.
I agree. It's pretty inconsequential.
So.
And that move, Volume 2 specifically of Guardians of the Galaxy, is like a perfect example of humor interjected at the wrong time.
Yes. Like Taserface. I was like was I supposed to laugh? I don't know.
Yeah. Or like when and like the fine. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, and they kept saying it, and Rocket kept making fun of him. And I'm just like.
Yeah, it's. I didn't laugh at that part, honestly.
But they did give us the arrow scene with Yondu and Rocket prepping the ship. Now,
that scene was hilarious. I mean, like, in that movie, there were some awesome one-liners, like when Yondu saved Peter and was like, "He may have been your father, but I'm your daddy."
Oh yeah, Michael Rooker was one of the
Michael Rooker. So underrated as an actor, in my opinion. He has so much charisma. I'm Mary Poppins. Like, his delivery is done really well. He does really tense drama scenes well, but he always has the best timing with his humor.
Hilariously enough, I thought he was a bad cast for Yondu.
Yeah.
Then I watched Guardians 1. I was like, never mind.
Yep.
He's great.
He's
Even though his
awesome.
Yondu is so different from the comics,
Mm-hmm.
he still made that character his own. And I'm just like,
Yes.
it's very fitting still. I hate it
Yes.
because it's very fitting.
I don't ever get mad whenever like movies or TV shows diverge from the original source material.
I
It just
I don't usually either, but
mhm.
it really depends on how they handle it. Like a little bit
Yeah.
controversial here, like the West family in the Flash.
Mhm.
Well, the West family in the comics are all redheads, and then all of a sudden in the show they're all uh, different race. You know, I'm
I see.
not doing anything big here, but
Right. No,
I'm
I
just
get
saying it's
it.
like a huge. I mean, it didn't really add anything to the characters. It didn't really do anything bad to the actual, original characters either.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm all for it, but just do it right. Just don't force
Yeah,
it.
I mean like uh yeah, there's some change. I don't mind changes if as long as they don't hurt the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
whenever found out Loki is bisexual, I mean, if you know about Norse mythology, you would know he would
Right.
be. I mean, most gods are bisexual anyway.
Right.
But anyway, before we go too controversial here,
Okay.
for my last movie is Infinity War.
Oh, yes.
Infinity War over Endgame because Endgame
Agreed.
has 2 hours of BS and 1 hour of awesome fighting.
Awesomeness.
Oh my Lord. Whereas Infinity
I
War
agree.
had me at the edge of the seat at the entire time,
Yes.
and Thanos won. The very first villain to win against the
Yes.
Avengers.
And
I
like,
love it.
yeah, I think Infinity War, in terms of cultural impact, Infinity War definitely made the rounds over Endgame, I would say. Like just people in awe of what happened at the end. Like they actually lost.
Yeah,
I appreciate that so
you
much.
feel the weight of the loss.
Yes. Agreed.
It's like, oh no, what's next? Now we gotta wait a full year to find out what happens
Yep.
next. Especially after
Yep.
when Peter died, and seeing how distraught
I know.
Stark was. I was just like, no.
And like it doesn't
That's
everybody was distraught over Peter
Oh, I
because
was-
Tom Holland is so likable, and I think he does an outstanding job as like portraying the teenage aspects, the young naive aspects of Peter Parker, and you can't help but feel like we just lost a kid.
The entire time I was just like, not Peter Parker, not Spider-Man, please. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. No, he's just making fun of you.
No,
Stop it. And then they disappeared. Oh no, my God damn it. Thanos!
I know that one hurt the most.
And also gave us 3 badass moments. Oh no, 4.
Yeah.
Wanda's, Thor, Iron Man, and what was that? What was the last one? I forgot the last character. There were
The last character who
who had a badass moment
against Thanos.
against like in the entire movie. So Wanda was one of them.
Uh-huh.
Vision was no, not Vision. Oh, Doctor Strange. His
Okay.
fight against
Oh, yes,
Doctor Strange.
yes. There we go. Yes,
There we go. My favorite scene of the movie I completely forgot. That's so typical of me. But yes, Doctor Strange fight against Thanos. That is my Doctor Strange. I want to see more of Doctor Strange like that. That's why I
yes.
love the newest episode of What If. It's so Doctor Strange.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen What If yet?
Okay, here's my problem. So I've been like, I go through phases where like I'll watch nothing but American TV, and then I'll watch nothing but K-dramas, and then I'll watch nothing but anime, and then I'll rotate back. I have been in my anime phase since March.
There we go.
So I canceled my Disney Plus until I get back into my American TV phase.
There we go.
So I haven't. The only like Marvel TV show I've seen is WandaVision. I haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier or
That's
Loki,
fine.
even though I hear nothing but good things about Loki.
Loki is a hit or miss. If you really like
Okay.
Loki, you'll enjoy the show. I
Okay.
find Loki, like, if you watch the first episode, the fourth episode, and the last episode, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
But other than that, yes, there we are. It is pretty much
There
past
we are.
our bedtimes here.
Yeah.
2.5
I'm hungry.
minutes. 2.5 minutes. 2.5 hours.
Hours.
I wish it was just minutes because that means we have time for more. But anyway, I honestly did not think 2.5 hours would be up to this. I thought it would be
I know,
done by
same
an
here.
hour and a half. With 2 hours.
You were
max.
you were telling me earlier, like, we tend to ramble on this podcast, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. Nope.
We
We
ramble.
ramble.
we go from one topic, then all of a sudden there was one time we were talking about wrestling, then all of a sudden we got to like other sports, and I was just like, how did we get here? It's like he was like, my buddy was like, what's the last thing you remember? I was like, wrestling. My guy, we've been to baseball, basketball, football, and other sorts of topics prior to that. After that, where have you been? I was like, I don't know. You were conversing with me. I was like, I don't know. But
Yeah,
yes,
it
we
happens.
do ramble a lot in the GRP. Might as well change the art to Geeks to pretty
Ramble.
much Geeks Ramble.
Geeks Ramble. Yeah, Geeks Ramble
Rambling
podcast.
podcast. You know what? New name. We got it right here.
Yes.
First one.
Title
here.
of the video: Geeks Ramble podcast.
Exactly. Well, anyway, Sammy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Before we go, do you want to share any social media you have, or just leave it on?
I mean, you can just find me on Instagram, Samantha Fu. PHU is my last name.
All right.
All one. That's it.
I'll put it down there with the names up here.
Yay! Thank
There
you.
we go. Anyway, thank you once again for joining us. I hope you
Thank you
had
for having
fun.
me.
I definitely had a lot of fun today.
Me too.
And, I guess it's time to let you go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm starving.
my name is Ray, aka the King of Deers, and tonight's guest is Sam, aka Sami, aka the Green Tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you
Thank you.
next time. Peace.
All right. Peace.